Okay,
Shit
it's
was
over.
going down.
I can look away now.
Um, so when we last left y'all, you had successfully found the positronic MacGuffin. I'm sorry, the positronic MacGuffin thruster. Um, and you had brought it to the dig site.
After a week in the desert.
After a week in the fucking desert. And then what is Papa Ferverlet's name? I can never remember.
One moment. I think it's in my character history notes.
Because I know you guys named him.
Of
Oh
course
yeah,
I did.
Of course you did.
I like Gareth. Isn't it Gareth?
I don't think so. I don't think that's what we decided. Really?
And your mother's name, for that matter.
I have Ellen and Gareth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is what we decided. I used the other name for a different NPC in a different game.
Okay.
Yep. So Gareth.
And Ellen, Elin. Just oh.
I'm more concerned with pronunciation. Like, if you guys think I'm spelling Ferverlet properly, you're sorely mistaken.
No, you're not.
But I'm saying it right now.
You are.
Hey. So yes. Gareth showed up. With 4 people in tow, just to be like, "Hello, that belongs to me. That's my property."
And he staked his claim under the name of Doskius
Yes.
Verfluet.
And things were getting heated.
Harlan does not draw his gun, but his hand goes to it immediately.
The rest of his goons follow suit. Oh jeez. Okay, so one of them pulls out a shield, just like it. The way these people are arming themselves is conflicting with the black cloak glamour.
Mm-hmm.
So just like this very real steel shield is popping in and out of existence in this black cloak.
Okay.
These the guy, like the guy with the top hat? Is that turned out that they're the operative, our father's operative?
No,
That's a
the
distinct
glamour that they're
possibility.
currently under just makes them look like hooded figures in black cloaks.
Yep.
Nondescript.
Mhm.
Can't even see faces under the shadow.
Nope. Generic no-name brand cloaked figure. Coming to you, coming to the corner of every local bar near you. But one of them draws a shield but doesn't draw a sword. Another one. Okay, this one's weird. They draw a handle, like it's just a handle.
Okay, not like a wand or anything, just like
Nope. There's nothing on the
Brilliant.
end of it. It's just a
a
handle.
piece of
Maybe a
wood?
brilliant weapon.
Probably.
Oh, it's like it's just yeah. It's like it's got a weapon attached, but it's just a handle.
Homie's got a lightsaber.
Yeah, brilliant energy. Yeah,
That's a
that's
distinct possibility.
nasty.
One of them
Okay.
draws nothing,
That that's like Meredith's Bane.
Mm-hmm.
and the last one drops a like. It's impossible for them to hide it. They draw a big great axe, but
What the fuck is wrong with you?
they let it rest in the sand.
What is wrong with you?
To whom were you addressing the question?
my father.
I don't understand what you mean.
I mean, I know you were fucking broken inside before. I know that, but what the fuck are you doing?
I'm redeeming this family.
By taking the legacy of a mass murderer who's considered one of the greatest war criminals in all of fucking history? That's who you're making your claim on?
Yes. That's the only way to untarnish. That's the only way to untarnish it. To take it and do something right with it. Your
And what
plan-
exactly would you do with it that could do any good in this world?
Exactly what you suggest. Your plan is brilliant. I'd be more than willing to assist you with it.
You can assist us by relinquishing the ship.
Oh, that sounds very interesting, but that won't redeem this family.
No, just relinquish it to one of your daughters.
Unfortunately, my faith in my daughters failed a long time ago. I don't know where I went wrong, but I did. I can't trust you with this. Only I can do this.
You went wrong by being an asshole. And what are you doing right now? You're being an asshole again. You're ambushing us.
Well, having the upper hand is a powerful point in any negotiation.
You say that you can't trust us. We can't trust you.
Why? What have I done that's been so terrible?
Everything.
Oh,
Would we like to stay here until the sun goes down as I recount the ways in which you abused and controlled me and my sister?
I have all day, my dear. If you would like to
How?
create an itemized list, be my guest. Take your time. Collect your thoughts. Harlan, it suddenly pops into your head. Holy shit, this guy's the fucking worst.
He really fucking is. Yeah, Harlan's hand does not leave his gun.
Fair enough.
What are the other scavenger folks doing around here?
They're sort of they're sort of shocked solid. They're just like, oh no. Give me a delicious sense motive roll.
You get it. Excuse me, monster. Let's see. A 10.
A 10.
I would like to make one as well.
Go for it.
A 22. What's with his eagerness and wanting to stall for time?
He earnestly thinks he can convince you.
Oh.
Oh shit.
That's...
You appear to have run into honest to goodness good faith debate.
That's almost sweet.
Your sense motive also teaches you that the diggers are not fighters.
Mm-hmm.
The best combatant is going to be this guy, and he is a level 7 expert.
Oh, jeez. Oh, a quarter BAB.
A quarter
go, buddy.
BAB and a
He has like a
scimitar.
shovel.
Well, no, he has a scimitar. Like, he has the scimitar as imaged, but like it's a masterwork scimitar made for fighting trash crabs. These people are not armed and armored. They've got crossbows to deal with the trash crabs and anything else that shows up.
Well, let me ask you a question, DM.
Shoot.
Um,
I love these.
what What does the Verfluet's family wealth come from? Is it just inheritance, or what is our family's business? What do we do?
That's a very good question. If you had asked, you'd get the fucking Frank Reynolds response. We make money.
Okay.
Like, it's
So-
clear there's something going on, and it's making money, but you have no idea what it is.
If asked, I picture he would say, we invest.
Right. We make investments. In what? Things that have big returns.
They probably had a stash of artifacts from the mountain that they've been selling off over the years and that used to fund business and venture capital type stuff.
I think it's more, I think it's a mix of that and probably funding ventures to remake a lot of the technology that existed at the top of the mountain
That's a distinct
here in
possibility.
Sanctuary.
And like, if you're willing to make a dome that, keeps out the elements, you get a lot of taxpayer money from that.
You sure
project.
do.
And if some of it goes missing, I mean, I can't be held accountable for your poor accounting.
He takes his cut for what his labor is worth.
Exactly.
So, all right. So let me get this whole fucking thing straight. We're this Daskius guy who is the big bad guy who destroyed Armstrong and did all that other shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's our uncle, great uncle.
Great uncle.
His
Okay.
brother was his sister was my grandmother.
So he was a war criminal.
Mhm.
He destroyed pretty much everything up the mountain.
That is correct.
Now, did he actually own the dreadnought, or was he just the captain of it?
Oh no, it was his.
Okay.
You wouldn't know
Would
this. I didn't bother
all of his
teaching it to
possessions
you.
have wouldn't all of his possessions have been considered? I mean, he used it in acts of what do they call terrorism? I mean, how is
Genocide,
it?
you
How is
like?
it still something that we would have a claim on? I mean, I would think it would be owned by the people who he committed genocide on.
I can understand why you would make these mistakes. And he starts citing like a series of laws from the Chosen Peak as it was when it was ordained. And he's just like, in accordance with Law 109B, section 2.
That place doesn't exist anymore. What's wrong with you?
The ship was founded under these laws. These are the laws that its inheritance operate under.
It's fucking salvage. It was junk lying on the ground until these people dug it out.
Give me a sweet intelligence check or knowledge history if you have it.
I think that's intelligence.
Uh,
Where are my dice? Here. Ugh.
nice.
15.
15. You're not on the wrong track with this argument, but you don't have enough logic, facts, and reason to flesh it out.
Can I make a linguistics check on the laws that he cited?
Ooh, go for it.
Excellent. That's what I'm fucking talking about, baby. 16 plus 12 is 28.
Yeah. I've got some bad news.
Mm-hmm.
It's ironclad, Meredith.
Hmm.
It was iterated over 1,000 years by incestuous virgins who had nothing to do but pore over the law. It's rock solid. A devil couldn't find a loophole in this legal argument. Not from a linguistic perspective.
Yeah.
In any event.
Do the laws of the mountain mean anything anymore?
I mean, to you, no. To him, very yes. And,
So you're going to redeem the family name by stealing shit that these people worked brutally hard for weeks. months, years.
They will be
And you're saying, oh, yeah, that really is going to do wonders for making the family seem better. Like we just take shit away from people who actually worked for it.
Oh, don't you understand, Cass? It's all right because we're going to give them a pittance of gold.
They will be well compensated for their efforts. I once I figure out exactly how long they've been digging and how many people that they have here, I'm certain that my accountants can find an equitable exchange for their time and money. And this guy is just like, I don't want your money. I want a big ship. Like I I worked my ass off. My dad died digging that thing up, and I took his place in the knowledge that one day I'd be able to operate and run it. And he's like, "Well, these are very fanciful dreams, and I'm glad that you had them, but unfortunately that's not yours." And I can understand exactly why you would come to that sort of conclusion. You believe that it's theirs because they put in the time, money, and effort in order to dig it up. But unfortunately, that's not how the world works.
Well, unfortunately, the world doesn't work how you think it works either. You're following the laws of a kingdom that doesn't exist anymore. The world's changed and you've failed to notice.
Has it changed? Or do you just wish it to be different to suit your own ends?
Do you see our people lording above the rest of Septemport at the top of a mountain anymore? Things have changed.
Have they? You've seen how Sanctuary has grown. It'll eclipse Oasis in 2 generations.
We wouldn't even have those lands if it wasn't for their generosity.
Generosity can be a foolish thing, my daughter.
And again,
Fuming.
you're trying to prove that you're better than Daskius by being an asshole. I think that that's really, really fucking funny and just a perfect example of why you don't deserve it.
He resorted to acts of brute force to get what he wanted. I will do no such thing.
With the same result. Keeping these people downtrodden to suit your needs.
Ooh, okay. Certainly, many of the results of his actions were poor, but I think more so than the results, it was his means that were unjust. Perhaps they were both bad.
Was destroying a city means, or was that like just was that the end in itself? If that was just means, if wiping out everybody in a city was means to an end, then I mean, it's kind of incomprehensible, right? That's like, to swat a fly, you blow up a neighborhood. I mean, yeah, you got the fly.
So Meredith and Cass are duking it out. Mary isn't able to get their attention and can't like say anything to them without being noticed.
Right.
But she's definitely going to send a little message to Harlan and Psalm on the down low.
Good. Can we
You make a great point. Both his means and his ends were terrible. My means are just, my ends are great. I mean only to help you.
You spent people to spy on us and follow us, and let us do all of the work for dealing with the things that were needed to get this thing started. And that's just.
Can you
They're not
honestly...
your means, and they're not your plans. You just want your name on it. You're so desperate to redeem this family in your name.
Can you honestly say that you would have accepted my help if I had offered it? And
I would have been suspicious of your help, yes, and with good reason.
And I can say that... hell, what was your point, Cap? Right. I can say that it has to be redeemed in my name because neither of the two of you seem to want to accept responsibility for it.
I didn't even fucking know we were related to him until just like 5 minutes ago.
And that's what I was trying to protect you from. But you forced my hand.
We forced your hand. You announced it as soon as you showed up here. The first thing you said. It sounded like you were bragging. Like you were proud of this fucking douchebag.
No, I can see how you might have imagined that, but I was just trying to make a poignant point.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the diggers. My point has been made.
Yes, you've scared them by showing your relationship to a genocidal asshole. Great. Can see why your daughters love you so much, Dad.
He didn't tell us because he knew that we wouldn't want to help him.
Exactly.
Maybe some families deserve to die out. If you're not
No.
willing to own everything that's happened in the past.
I am. What makes you think I'm not?
And if we say no, you'll slaughter us all and take it anyway. Is that correct?
Come now. I see no reason to kill I see no reason to kill any of you.
But if we said no,
I turned towards Meredith
Mhm.
and I'd lean in to her and I just whisper in her ear, "Librarian." And I turn back.
You're not the only one with a claim to the ship.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Who could...
We've met someone with a more direct blood claim than you.
No such person exists. I assure you of
I
that.
assure you they do. And if we were to present this person, you would lay down your claim in the letter of the law.
I would be forced to, yes.
Good. Then I don't think you should be celebrating just yet, Gareth.
Very well, then. How do you intend to prove this to me?
There's a library in Wind City.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest we meet there, and we continue this talk.
Unfortunately, that leaves you in a position where you have the part necessary to fix the ship, and you're holding too many cards. You need to give something up in return. If you give me the piece, I promise that if you can prove that this librarian is in the line of Doskius Ferverlet, higher up the line of ascension than I am, I will give it back, and the ship will be yours.
I'm going to roll a sense motive check, nat 20 for a 30.
Hell yeah. Are you trying to determine if he's lying?
Yes.
Your father don't lie. Okay, your father lies when he's doing business. This is not
Right.
business.
Right, this is personal.
This is personal.
Why don't you just leave these assholes here? They hold your claim. We can't do anything. We have the part. You have people parked on top of the ship. So that makes it equal.
Fair enough.
You don't need to have both pieces.
Fair enough. You drive a hard bargain. I see I trained you well.
Fuck, I ran away when I was 16. When did you have a chance?
My tutors trained you well. Please understand, I was very busy.
Your intelligence is genetic, Cass. He has to take credit for that, too.
I missed these talks. Now then, he rounds up the 4 of his little assistants and, you know, relays the plan and says, more will be coming. So don't think that you can turn around and kill them all when it's all done.
Wouldn't dream of it. I have just as strong a commitment to the law as you.
Tall talk, my dear. Tall talk. Do you
I'm gonna need a
acquire
second.
Gareth Purplet as a party guest?
We sure do!
Oh,
He's traveling with us. I thought we were like meet us in Wind City in like X.
Yeah, me
time.
too. Wait.
I don't really want to travel with this guy.
Oh, Cass really
I mean,
doesn't
I
want
like
to
to
travel.
imagine we say, meet us in Wind City. Okay, okay. And we just continue walking the same direction.
Right,
We say
like-
goodbye and walk the same direction.
I could expedite things. I have vehicles, passports, those sort like things. We can make a day trip of it. Do you remember when I took you to the sand wastes? It'll be just like that, but with fewer direwolf hunting incidents.
Sounds
They were
great.
cute. What can I say?
You could
You
say...
wouldn't even let us bring one of them home.
Who was with me in the library when we had this talk with Solandra? Is it
Durs
Solandra?
and Harlan.
Selena.
Harlan
Solandra.
was as well. Yep.
Right. It's Selena and Salandra. They're half-sisters.
Okay,
Yes.
so Selena's the one that's still in the library.
Yes.
Okay.
Salandra is currently, I don't want to say queen? Prime minister? I don't know. I don't know
Yes,
exactly
kind
what
of
her
Prime
legal...
Minister.
Right. I don't know what
I
her
mean,
legal
she's
title
technically
is.
she's kind of an anarchist, kind of a socialist.
She's like,
So-
please don't put me in a position of power.
Oh, they
And
have.
everyone's like, you're a level 25 wizard.
She's just like she maybe like first minister or something like that. You know?
Right, some title which sounds meaningless, but they just keep giving her more decisions to make. And she's like, guys, you can do this without me. And they're like, but we might get it wrong. And she's like, fuck everything.
Like, then get it wrong then. It'll be something
What?
else for me to do.
Why do I have a 32 intelligence? Why?
You did this to yourself.
She did have a 32 intelligence, but
She did.
Yep. And it's her and her fucking orc
Vampire
orc
girlfriend.
vampire girlfriend just fucking handling problems left and right. And it's just like, oh god, no, when do I get a day off? Well, we have holidays.
Never.
No, I don't mean holidays.
It's like, we'll make a new one just for you. We'll call it Salandra Day.
Ah!
oh, the worst part is that all the pilgrims who come to
Oh
town.
my god, there's so many. Between the giant void portal and talking to one of the soldiers at the battle of the Dragon Emperor, everyone's lining up to be like, "Can we look at?"
Not to
Salandra?"
mention Lila's,
Oh,
Yeah, those
God.
pilgrims, the Lila pilgrims, are the ones that Slider really dodges.
Oh my god.
yeah, she really, fucked herself by making herself accessible to the rest of Septemport. You really should have just gone to hell with Holt. He'd love to have you.
All of your level 4 to level 6 spell slots are taken up by Dimension Door. All of them. You just need to get the fuck out of there all the time. Hey, this is real great. I gotta go. Snap finger out. Oh, fuck, what now? Made all the worse because she's awake for 20 hours a day, and those
As
20
elf.
hours are all used. Dear Lord. All right, I gotta piss real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You
Alright,
guys can pull your hair out thinking about traveling with your father for a few days.
Really, really well played, Cass. Well done.
Oh,
We played well off each other.
I hope I actually that the Durs and Tom actually share that information.
They did.
No, all right. This is like, okay, yeah, that's right. As coming back to me.
Yep,
We
because
were
you
off-
wanted to
should have
verify the info.
we should have also you should also remember that this woman was not very
Oh
this
yeah,
woman would not want to help us like at all. Like
That's-
no
that's-
one's
that's the
nothing to
reason
do
why-
with any of this.
that's
Do
the reason why
anything-
Cass sent it off to Meredith instead of doing it herself because
Oh, I'll
she
take
was like,
responsibility for this all day. I don't care how uncomfortable it makes her. Makes my
Yeah,
father
or-
even more uncomfortable. This is a win-win.
well, she was also, I think, trying to redeem herself of the whole thing, and oh
Too
boy.
fucking bad. This is how she does it.
All right, I'll be back.
Just sign away the ownership and give us a license to do what we want.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Let's see. What other deities are present in Wind City? Who can cast a zone of truth?
Do you bring that up to your father?
No. I would like to call upon my own knowledge of religion in the area.
Fair enough. Let me find the big Garderinos. Fun fact. I made it so Gareth worships Bere, the goddess
Okay,
of
that makes
family.
sense. Oh my god. This family.
This
I'm gonna have it tattooed on my gravestone for this game.
family. Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Oh dear God, can you hear that?
No.
Good. All right.
Okay.
So we got delicious St. Cuthbert, Hieronius, of course.
Would Bocab have a following here?
In aroundish the library, yes.
Okay. Because I feel like bringing in a neutral deity to all of us and a neutral deity to the cause of knowledge in itself would be a smart idea.
Right.
Remind me, because those notes are in a different notebook, not currently at my disposal. What was the name that Selena's going by these days?
Smith.
You type that out.
Yep.
Smith, okay.
She was born to a low-born family, lowest of the low. Half-elf father and a human mother. It seemed, not unlikely that she would be a half-elf too. I think technically, if a half-elf makes with a human, it's 50% human, 25% elf, 25% half-elf.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Vaguely, obviously, variants for genetic drift, and then there's always, if you've got something wacky in your far distant past, there's a 1% chance of half-orc. Just, it happens. Don't worry about it.
Or summer, they're still elves.
Right.
After a fashion.
Just pops up.
I'm
They
back.
just got the short end of the immortality stick.
Oof. So we got
But is
Hieronius.
she a half-elf now, or still an Asimar?
She was always a half-elf.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
she was?
She was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that
That's
she was, Asimar traded half-elf.
No, even
Maybe.
Daskis wasn't Asimar. I think he was human.
Yeah.
Huh.
Daskius was full-blooded human and pretty upset about it.
And she was the That's the H-Hill.
Yep.
Mom with the fall.
Cool. All right.
And after she died, he auctioned off her egg. Oh, he purchased her eggs, which were auctioned.
After her father murdered my mother,
Yes.
he did. Yes,
did
he
do
did
that,
steal. He did steal her reproductive organs.
Hmm.
That was lovely.
Yep.
That was fun.
Just gonna take
What a
that.
fun time.
Um. Oh. Hey. Just a pitch for anyone who watched Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn has started a season on HBO.
Ooh.
If you guys watched it, it is hilarious.
Oh, also, Palor. Palor is around if you want to go to a Temple of Palor for this.
What are Paylor's domains here? Just being nice to people.
Yep. Palor's domains are the sun and good. He is the sun god. He's also the human god, so he's very human centric.
So of the people, family related?
One might
Are
go
we
so
looking?
far to say.
Are we looking for a god to like?
I'm looking
mean-
for a cleric of a god with a particular domain to cast Zone of Truth over our exchange.
Right.
I think we should do Lila. I mean, I'd love to see Dad in a whorehouse.
No, we're
That'd be
keeping things
funny.
fair. Funny as it would be, I think if he has to relinquish his claim, we should take him out as a little bit of a consolation.
Take him to a whorehouse's conversation? I'm
Yes,
confused. He won't go to a whorehouse.
but
I
he
mean-
would honor a wager. I'm not actually going to make this wager, but
No.
I
I
can laugh
mean,
about it.
to be fair, Mom would probably kill him for that.
Oh, how dare you speak my schemes out loud.
She would only kill me if I made use of the services, which I don't intend to. So, yeah, the obvious choices are Boca, Palor, Cuthbert, Hieronius, and there are probably some lesser shrines all over the place.
Can we not do Hieronymus? Those guys suck.
Yeah, we're not doing Hieronius. We need someone impartial to all of us. Just like I wouldn't take us to a Temple of Hold. Bias and all that.
Oh, man. I wonder if there's an actual church to hold in Wind City now.
It wouldn't surprise me, given how much slack he's had to pick up from Hieronius.
Yep. Probably. Not like a big, ostentatious cathedral like the Holy Guard used to be in, but just like a little chapel. A little chapel
But there are
devoted
people
to
in the
getting,
know.
Right, a little chapel devoted to getting shit done. No, that's the thing, it's out in the open. But, like, it's framed like worshipping Joe Pesci. Like, why do I worship Joe Pesci? Because I look at Joe Pesci and I see a man who can get shit done.
So
All hail our
That-
Lord and Savior.
if I have to deal with a priest, the only one I've really, no offense, sis, the only one I really have liked so far is that Bocat cop guy, Aziz, and he seems super powerful and super respected.
True, but he will
That's
not
true,
be
but he
able
has
to
his
join us.
hands full.
I missed something.
This need not be ostentatious. I just need someone who can cast a spell that I can't.
And I insist that I have other ways of verifying the veracity of your claims, but fine.
Oh, you may insist all you wish. I'm merely covering our bases.
A fine point, my daughter.
For the benefit of those who do not possess our particular set of talents.
Good point. I can use my methods of determining veracity within the circle of truth. Everybody wins.
She gives him a smile, but it's, the very forced, venomous look that you give to someone that you are tolerating.
The smile he gives you is not so sinister, but it's it's layered with what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you're making fun of someone.
Yes, the sort of mocking.
Right, just like, oh, I get it.
Oh, you.
Oh, you're the idiot. Okay.
Oh, you're so cute.
And there's
Look at
Dad,
you.
hey, Dad, I noticed you're getting around a lot better than you were the last time I saw you. It's amazing how much you were hobbling and hampered by those wounds the last time I saw you.
well, it's basic diplomatic strategy, my dear. If you're strong, appear weak. If you're smart, appear dumb.
Consider it the same as fainting in combat.
Exactly. Except it's fainting in negotiation.
Make them watch one hand while the other does something else.
Exactly. You'd be surprised how many things how many people have tried to get something over your old man because they think he's a poor, deluded cripple. In all honesty, I should be thanking you for these scars. They've done me so much more good than harm.
Mm. Did you ever consider that? Did you ever consider for a minute the harm it might do to me, thinking that I had really crippled you for life?
No, not for a
Last
second.
last time? Didn't think so.
Why? Has it?
No, it hasn't.
Oh.
We're talking in hypotheticals.
Of course, an interesting rhetorical question.
Let's imagine if I could do math.
Ha! Joke's
think
on
that's
you. I can't do math either. That's not true.
I got your back, sis.
Ooh. You
Might not be enough, honestly.
No, you have overcome his considerable sense motive.
Holy shit.
But yeah, so you guys fucking go through the desert with this prick.
How does he take to desert travel? Does he complain much? Fall
No.
behind?
Not at all.
Do I have something amusing to keep me going?
I'm sorry, no.
Damn.
I regret to inform you, Meredith, your father is more capable a man than you ever suspected.
Well, that's fine. I mean, it's good to take this time to evaluate him a little bit more.
Right, like now that he's dropped his affect, he's A-okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little on the weak side, but motherfucker is he clever. Give me a delicious stealth roll if you want to observe him at night.
I do.
I should mention he sets up a doodad that gives him a thingy that he can rest in comfortably at night.
Not great.
Cass will also try this.
Oh.
Oh, that's unexpected. Well, if this doesn't work, I don't know what will.
Alrighty then. So, Meredith, what you see is his leg is robotic.
Like the whole leg up the hip.
Yep.
I didn't even shred his leg. Just his face and upper torso.
I know, right? And he spends time tinkering with it at night.
Okay.
Like, you peer in through the window of his Mornkind's magnificent mansion, and you see him in his skivvies, you know, taking a wrench to some sort of metallic bit. yeah, wearing his robe, of course, his night robe, but with the belt loop undone, just fucking with the actuators or something in his leg. Cass, you're able to catch him with his left arm revealed. It's also robotic.
I know this is not exactly right, but I'm thinking of the fucking cyborg from Treasure Planet.
You're not wrong.
I mean, kinda, yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
Except the leg.
It's like more future tech. It's not like a peg leg. Like a...
No, the leg is pretty peg leggy, but the arm is fantastically concealed. The hand looks almost indistinguishably human, but once you
Right.
get beyond the wrist into the forearm up to the shoulder, what should be muscle and skin and flesh is a sinewy sort of metallic structure.
Okay.
And like one of his fingertips opens up and a like a lighter comes out of it.
Perfect.
You fear that your father is an artificer. Worse yet,
One fear.
one fear. Worse yet, he has used your mauling as an excuse to outfit himself with weird science contraptions that he can conceal on his person. He has taken the idea, would you deprive an old man of his walking stick, even further. Would you deprive
an old man of his leg?
right,
You
would
wouldn't take
deprive-
his... You wouldn't take my prosthetic arm away, would you?
right? Like, oh, come on, I need this to grab teacups and shit.
Have something obvious to trip the metal detectors, and it's really your arm they had to worry about all along.
Yep.
After I've gathered what information I can, I'll go and tell Meredith about it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did not do. I did a lot of damage, but a lot of it was just his face and neck and shoulder. I don't think it would have cost him. I mean, I think that I don't remember it too well. It was the first time I really did that,
I mean,
but
it was a lot of blood. I don't remember exactly what you did, but he was taken away, and I didn't see him again for a very long time.
he was an asshole, right?
Oh, yes.
I mean, I know he's an asshole now, but that's not just.
No, Cass, this is who he is. It's who he's always been.
Oh,
You need to stop torturing yourself about this.
I wish I had just run away without it. I mean, I guess it's the reason why I was able to. I could never really. I mean, once I did it, I had to, right? But
I don't think it would have been good for you if you'd stayed.
oh, I know. No way I wanted to stay. But I've been having nightmares about what I did ever since. And maybe I like doing what I do a little too much sometimes.
You're a hunter, Cass. You should take pride in what you do.
I'm kind of a crappy hunter. I mean, I'm okay.
Then this is
I'm a
what's holding you back. Have you
I'm
ever
a
thought
good
about that?
I'm a good killer,
Yes, you are.
which is different than being a hunter. I do both.
You've been better. I want to encourage you to play to your strengths. Stop shackling yourself to guilt that you don't need to feel.
Mary, from what I can tell, my strongest strength is dismembering people.
She kind of like gives you a shrug, like, and
Yeah, man, that's fucking sick.
I wish I could do that. But I have too much of my father's skill set.
I can't wait till we get away from him. This is driving me nuts.
You can scout ahead. I can keep him occupied.
It's not bad idea. Oh,
I don't mind. We're well
it-
suited to locking each other in a stalemate argument.
is Meredith still suffering from the heat, or is she better
I
now that she can?
mean, kind of. I mean, it's not good, but she's not like trudging across the sands in her full armor.
No, like she's surviving it, but fuck.
Cass picked up Endure Elements last level, so.
It wouldn't hurt.
All right, I will scout.
At least till we get to Sanctuary and the actual ship.
Right.
Does Gareth try to discuss anything with me
Oh, jeez.
during the week-long walk in the heat?
Oh god.
Oh, who has the positronic doohickey?
I think Som does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me or Mary. But if I can have it if you want me to.
Yeah.
Can
It's your
Zadru
prize.
have it?
No. Zadru
Okay.
can't have it.
Unless he's out all the time.
Just wondering if there was a way to hide it better. I mean, sticking it in a bag of holding is probably not the best thing.
Well, it might get crushed by like.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I mean.
I don't know how that works actually.
When it's in a bag of holding, it's in its own sort of like weird pocket compartment. Don't worry about it. The issue isn't it being crushed. The issue is if somebody pierces the bag, it would be lost indefinitely.
In the astral
Right.
plane.
Yeah, we don't want to put it anywhere where it could potentially get lost again. So even if it gets stolen off my person, I think it would be best held outside.
Honestly, it would be
Holding.
easier to catch a thief in this world than it would be to scour the astral plane for it.
Fair. Good point.
You're correct.
I'll take out my frustrations and any giant scorpions or crabs I run into.
Meredith, I've got some bad news.
Yeah.
Small talk.
Oh god.
So how have you been?
I've been keeping well. Traveling a lot. But I'm sure you know that.
That's only recent.
What's your real question?
I'm honest. I just want to know if you feel like you're doing well.
I feel like I was surviving until I broadened my horizons a bit. Saw the world for what's really happening in it. Decided I'd better do something.
Fair enough.
Because someone has to.
You're not wrong. I'd say you're a little too young to be doing things like that, but he gestures to the tiefling. It seems as if youth is in heavy supply lately.
Well, when the previous generation fucks up as bad as it did, it falls to us to make amends.
Please. What happened? The reason the world is the way that it is because of the Creator's machinations. None of us are responsible for it.
Or I didn't say mortals. I included gods in that as well.
Very astute. Very clever. Fair enough.
I did pay attention to your lessons, you know.
It's easy to forget that when I feel you've fallen so far.
Why? Because I didn't take up the mantle of Hyronius? Mother
Yeah.
must have been so disappointed.
She was quite wounded, but I wasn't.
I couldn't stand the idea of being made a unintelligent servant. If I can't question who I'm following, then I'm not interested.
Interesting.
I want to be able to hold everyone to their highest standard.
I suppose.
It includes myself, my companions, and my god.
You believe you can hold Holt to a higher standard?
I believe so.
And you're not worried that that might be heresy?
Oh, I hope that it is. But Holt has always been a god of heretics.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm proud of you.
Oh, shit! Oh, no.
Now
Unless,
Meredith has to reconsider everything she's done.
No, I don't.
Unless all of this has been an incredibly well executed deception.
No.
No, you seem too earnest to be doing that. I
No,
can.
this is who and what I am now.
I can tell when you're lying. You blink a little too much. Try to work on that.
I will. It's also the light. My eyes are sensitive.
Fair enough. I imagine you spent a lot of time underground.
Just a lot of time outside at night.
Fair enough.
It's when all the most exciting people come out to play.
What, like the snuffers?
I mean, gold is gold. Astral diamonds are astral diamonds.
Fair enough. I can't argue that I have also not been making money.
Are we about to find out that we have something in common?
What? That we're both incredibly concerned
Ruthless?
I was going to say we're both concerned with exploiting resources properly.
Two things can be true.
Fair enough. District 4 is very different than District 2.
It is. It's like an organism in itself.
Yes. I imagine you might not have the luxury of being able to make money as effortlessly as I do.
Everything takes some effort there. There's always someone there that is out to be your competition. If
Exactly.
you aren't bleeding edge, then you'd better be.
I believe the urchins say if you aren't streets ahead, you're streets behind.
And you don't want to be streets behind. That's where the street queen lives.
Oh. That aphorism makes much more sense now.
Oh, it's quite literal. They aren't joking when they call it a rat race. She smiles.
Fucking kill me.
It's nothing like telling your dad a dad joke.
Right?
No matter if your dad's an asshole.
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about. Your dad seems like a stand-up guy.
Yeah, no, this is great. This is bonding. It's weird. But she's doing her best to keep him out of Cass's hair, and doing a little too good at it.
Yep. But he's gonna change attention later on.
Mhm.
And he is going to accost Harlan. So I hear you've been traveling with my daughter. My daughters.
That's right. Known Meredith a bit longer than Cass, but they're formidable.
And there's a bond between the two of you. You and Meredith, I mean.
Harlan just kind of gives a smile and goes, "You want to hold my rifle for the shotgun talk?"
I was only curious. The bond that you have is suspicious, to say the least.
We come from the same place. Opposite sides of the same coin.
And yet, I would almost assume that she's flirting with you most of the time.
Nah, that's just our joke.
Is it?
If it's not, I better step up my game.
Well, then perhaps you ought to.
Nah. Meredith deserves better.
I'm glad we agree. And then he is going to accost Psalm. So I hear you have been traveling with my daughters.
I have been, yes.
And you are a mutant, no?
I am.
What brought you so far inland?
Zaju, had a higher calling for me. And at his name, Zaju slithers out and shows himself to Gareth.
He waves frantically and he's like, I have hands now! Right. Okay.
Is there a problem?
No, of course not. Why does everybody assume that when I go to inspect things, there's a problem?
I've not heard very many good things about you, so I'm just a little apprehensive when you come to speak to me.
What have they told you about me?
So, I don't know how much of it was like, so this is out of character. I'm just trying to get a grasp on like Cass and Meredith have had open fights about.
We have had open fights about how like traumatic Garrett's mauling was and how bad our upbringing was. I don't think we've given like any specific details or incidents aside from like a couple of stories where like it's clear the family was dysfunctional
Right.
in the extreme.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
that's what I kind of figured is like that's like vague generalities of like how he's just like he seemed like a pretty bad parent and how the family was just like kind of dysfunctional and stuff. So
Yeah.
oh, so nothing specific. I just get the impression that they didn't like the household or the way you were fathering them or you know, it just seemed like a pretty bad place to be raised in.
Well, I suppose I can understand why. And then he goes and has a silent chat with Mary.
Silent.
Sorry, you don't get to hear NPCs talk to each other.
Damn. Fair enough.
It gets heated.
Heated enough to overhear?
No.
Oh.
Just heated enough to, like, draw your attention.
Fair enough.
Heated in a Jean-Luc Picard way. Just like, ooh, is dad gonna have to give a speech? Is other dad gonna have to give an even bigger speech?
Okay.
If you don't have it in you to tell the truth, then you don't deserve to wear that uniform.
So I'll set up a campsite for the rest of them and have like one of the trash crabs sand crabs I killed before, kind of in a bake pit, so they can see like steam rising around when they get to the site around dusk.
Gareth simply
Just-
remarks, the local cuisine.
Oh, perfect. We can save some of our rations.
Good work, Cass. That looks real good.
The next day, you arrive in Sanctuary. And you are treated to a luxurious automobile.
Oh. Limo service?
Yep.
Nice.
He brings you all to the Furfurlet. I think compound is the only appropriate noun to describe it.
I guess villa?
I don't know. It's not a villa because it's bigger than that, and it's not an estate because it's too well defended.
I understand your difficulty in finding a word. Compound would be a fairly good word, because it's not a fortress either.
No, because it's not that big and not so well defended that it's a castle unto itself. But like,
it's got walls.
It's got walls, and it's got
And there
like,
are guards.
Yep.
Just one question: the positronic
Overthruster.
overthruster, the MacGuffin.
Yes.
Did it seem like a breakable sort of thing?
I mean, it's made chosen tough. So it probably could not be broken on accident, and if someone attempts to break it deliberately, it'd be very difficult to do so.
About to say, Harlan have to shoot it point blank with an adamantine bullet.
Or Cass could try to sunder it with her.
Or that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be doable.
Just as a final card, let's make sure that I just go say to Sam quietly at one point. Just remember, my dad's an expert at lying while telling the truth. He feels like it's beneath him to directly lie about anything, but he will say things that are absolutely lead you to believe things that are true. So, and really keep your eye on that thing.
It's not leaving my side, Cass.
Gareth Furfurlet is a master of Mithridancy, using truth to tell lies.
But do we have to go to the compound? I mean, isn't there some other, like, get the car somewhere else to come meet us?
Like, he goes in, and if you guys wait at the door, he's like, "You may remain here if you wish.
No, I'll go with him.
Welcome home."
Seriously, Merv?
It would be
Yes.
nice to see some running water.
It will take some time to warm up. You have 2 hours.
The promise of a bath absolutely gets me inside.
You know, I'm covered in sand lice, and I'm still like not too thrilled with this.
I'm still
Right,
not
but-
going in.
But I'm a city kid.
I thought Cass loved baths.
She loves baths. She loves baths.
She's so scared of her dad, it overwrites her love of baths. Like, that's how bad this is.
That's really bad.
Well, it's paranoid about her dad. I think is a better word.
Man, if he wants to stab me in the back while I'm in the bathtub, like, go ahead, man. At that point.
Well, if you're going in, I'm going in. There's no
Well,
way
there you go.
I'm letting you in there alone. After everything we both did to get out of this place,
She just reaches out a hand to yours. 2 hours. And I'm
I'm not-
absolutely going to take advantage of the house's amenities.
Mhm.
I'm not who I was then. If I have to break free again,
I was about to say, everybody will get time to use 2 of the estate's amenities. If you just want to rest, that's totally acceptable. If you're not interested in checking out anything in the fervorlit place, a-okay. But you can do 2 things, basically.
All right, what we got?
I mean, make me an offer. Like, obviously, baths are big possible.
What wing of the house were we taught in?
Oh man,
I feel like for nostalgia's sake, I kind of want to look at that place again.
there you had your own entire wing, which has, as such, been unused.
Repurposed.
No,
Oh.
it's as it was.
The only place in the house with dust on it.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you check out your room?
Yeah.
It's just as you left it, but with 100% more dust.
Roll me a trinket table. I'm gonna take a souvenir.
Oh, give me that beautiful trinket table.
You know what we always said about Holt, that his heart was his greatest weakness.
Ugh. Oh,
Um,
wow. There's a lot of weird fucked up trinkets in this list. But you never know. Trinket number 56 is an old key.
Into my belt pouch it goes.
It couldn't possibly go to anything in the city. It's like locks in the city use modern keys. This is
Yeah.
an old key.
Like those ones that are kind of just there to say that you locked something,
But it's
it's nothing complicated.
no, it's an older key. Like, it's something that looks like oh god, no, my bones. Jesus Christ. Yep, it's like one of those.
Cool.
Okay, so Meredith
Cass
gets a key.
taking
Does
stuff?
Cass get a little little cat plushie?
yeah, it's her cat plushie from when she was little.
You may name it. If you do not, it defaults to Goobins. So Meredith and Cass each have performed one of their investigations of the compound.
Was this the campaign where we did the Goblin Town and
Yes, with the
there was like
With the windmill?
There was like a cave with like beware of dragon in there, and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh no, we haven't seen a dragon around here for like forever.
700
And
years.
yeah. Is there a library in here that I could go and read?
There is absolutely a library in here.
Okay, and can I take a look at things about dragons? Is there like a history or like a bestiary of some sort about
Give me a
dragons?
delicious perception roll. You can't fail. The roll only determines how hard you will succeed.
Oh, Jesus Christ, 28.
28. You find
Yeah.
an annotated book of dragons. It talks about their retreat underground under punishment, at risk of punishment by the creator himself. The negotiation with Gemma to bring the dragons back to the surface. And one section which contains a small journal snippet of Gareth's a recording or a dictation of Gareth's communication with dragons.
Can I find Garrett and ask him to buy this book from him?
You succeed on your sense motive roll, you won't be able to buy that book. You might be able to steal the notes, but stealing the book is probably out of the question.
Right. I didn't want to just straight up say like I pocket the book, but like
You can certainly try. You suspect you will fail, but the notes of the conversation he had with the dragon, that's like 3 pages. You can just like slam that in a sock.
yeah, I'll do that. Did they say anything specific?
Yes.
Or okay.
He's in negotiations with a dragon. Let me determine the color. How many types of metallic dragons are there?
Like
5 or
Several.
6
6.
is brass, copper, bronze,
And then there's
silver,
outer
gold.
dragons, which and exotic dragons.
I'm just gonna go with chromatic and metallic. He's in conversation with a... Ooh, baby! He is in communicate with a red dragon
Okay, that makes sense.
Spicy.
with the name of Rorsid. They are
And-
in deep negotiations.
Over what?
It's not exactly clear. It's some sort of it's some sort of alliance. It's just like, I will give you a pile of money if we work together. And
Okay.
there's just a long drawn out discussion of how much the dragon needs to get paid for whatever it elects to do.
Right.
It seems as if the dragon is not super old. It's mature. It's a mature adult.
Right. And then I want to know one more piece of information. Like when, so you said the last sighting of the dragon, like forever ago, was 700 years ago?
Yeah.
Is there like more specifics on like why they disappeared?
The creator asserted that they would interfere with his machinations and ordered them to go underground and never interfere with the surface or be purged.
Interesting. Okay.
He assured that he could do this with the snap of his fingers.
Okay.
Tiamat and Bahamut got in a big tiff, and the creator was like, "Bitch!"
It's like, who do you think really runs this joint? Let me teach you.
It's not just that. It's like, I outrank you. Do you think you can face me? The creator was a god above gods, a super god, if you will, an uber god, if you wish.
And is the only reason that the creator didn't want them around anymore is that the creator saw the dragons as like a threat, or is that not clear? Like,
They're not a threat. A threat would imply that they could hurt him or hurt what he's doing. They're an inconvenience.
They're just like
a variable that was not needed.
Yes.
right, like they're just getting in the way, and it'd be easier to just lock them away instead of dealing with them constantly.
Right, and considering they live until they are killed, like, a deal could be struck where you stay the fuck underground and you stay the fuck away from my business, and when I'm done, you can do whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
Right. Okay.
And like when a super god says, I'm not gonna hurt you, you just need to go away, like, at that point the dragons went underground. And fuck, what's the dragons game? The dragons have a special game.
Oh yeah. What's her name told us about that.
Yep. Oh shit, I can't find it. It's got a wacky name. It's like Zerdrog or something. The game is basically played with agents stealing objects from a dragon's hoard.
Right.
So they just played that for 700 years, manipulating elves and catfolk and all sorts of weird shit to just steal stuff to score points.
Gotcha.
Hold up, I gotta piss again. My poor bladder.
Oh no, my bladder.
Maybe it's time for boys' first prostrate exam.
Maybe. Drinking the fluid is the worst part, I hear.
Hmm?
I hear that drinking the fluid is awful.
You have to drink something?
Don't you?
Not for
Imaging?
no.
No?
Oh no,
Just-
no.
Never
The
mind.
the old school prostrate exam was a bit more.
Invasive?
Yeah. Yeah. Usually, nowadays they just use PSA blood test, so that
Gotcha.
actually gets most of it. But
But if you want to be really sure, there's only one way.
There's only one way.
I am back.
Back before my birth, my dad thought it would be extremely funny to put a piece of duct tape over his asshole when he went to get a physical.
I feel like that led to something hilarious happening that involved a lot of pain in removing the duct tape.
He said it was funny because it was like he knew the docs, but he would not tell that practical joke again.
Sounds about right. I will say that negotiations with Rorsid have been going very successfully. Like, this dragon is more than willing to breach the surface now that the bargain is complete, and to be granted legitimacy by the Ferverlet family. Like, yeah, sure. You mean you'll just give me gold to just sort of like hang out and do dragon shit? Rad.
This sounds ideal.
I'm being paid to do nothing.
Yep.
Except what I want to do anyway.
Yup.
in your world, the chromatic versus metallic is just sort of like a mild inclination as opposed to an actuality in terms of alignment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, a red dragon need not necessarily be evil, but they're probably not lawful. Metallic dragons tend toward lawful, and chromatic dragons tend toward chaos. But on the evil good alignment, like a fucking coin toss, could be anything. More chromatic dragons tend to be evil just because of Tiamat's influence, and more metallic dragons tend to be good just because of Bahamut's influence. But at the same time, you find evil metallic dragons worshipping Tiamat all the fucking time.
And I'm assuming that some of this can be swayed by you outbidding someone as well, like just be like influencing them with like gold and shit.
Absolutely.
Can help you, right? So it's like
Dragons require treasure because a dragon. So like one of the things about elves that they don't like to admit is that their memory is very fallible, just because they live so long. Like when you meet a 900-year-old elf, like it's not that they have Alzheimer's, it's just that they have 900 years to try to remember, and they just fail. Dragons.
There's a lot of confabulation, I think, among elves too. Like they're very chaotic kind of creatures, so they tell stories, and those stories become their memories.
Exactly. That's very appropriate, and at the same time, the essence of truth remains in the tale, but at the same time, details vary wildly. Dragons circumvent this by investing their treasure with memories.
I remember that.
So if you steal a piece of a dragon's hoard, you are making them forget something.
I got a couple of piercings from the dragon.
just steal the piece of the dragon's memory that
Remember
makes them
that you
forget
stole
that
from them.
that makes them remember that they have a hoard.
Hold on.
Oh.
No, that's a lot. That's more than one piece.
Well, it might be a section or like a big monument, but if you steal that, then you just get access to the whole thing.
It's the draconic equivalent of typing in a password and it says your new password can't be the same as your old one.
What? Dragons also have the advantage over elves because dragons have two processors in their brain. Like, dragons can literally think about two things at the same time. In a way
They're
that
just not good.
other mortal creatures cannot. Like, mortals have one processor. You, Pith, your brain has one processor. You can only actually think about one thing at the same time.
Yeah, like you might have many thoughts, but you focus on like one thing
Exactly.
at one time.
You can switch between those thoughts quickly, and that's what we call multitasking. A dragon can literally do two things at the same time.
Their brains are split into 4 instead of 2.
Exactly. How does that work? I don't know. Maybe you should dissect one. Good luck with that. It also means that they can scheme twice as quickly as any other race.
That's also
Right.
why they're such potent spellcasters.
Yep. You know that rule I have where you can only cast one spell per turn unless under certain conditions?
The dragon is a certain condition.
Yep. Dragons can cast 2. Quickened meteor swarm. Okay, what do you do with your standard meteor swarm? Oh. But are there any other questions you have about dragons?
No.
Okay.
I'd like to take my other action and just rest and eat.
Oh man, you get to experience the delight that is chosen cuisine. I hope
Anything?
just about anything. I hope you like squid ink on your pizza.
I don't.
It's like an episode of Iron Chef in here.
I can't say that I do. No, I'll just I'll let the chef pick for me whatever they
Oh.
want to give me.
The halfling chef asks if you want something sweet or something salty.
Salty for sure.
Something heavy or something light.
Light.
I've got something for you. and he hibachis up a fucking stir fry that wets your mouth and leaves you wanting more.
Ooh, excellent.
Harlan, what's your... Right, so that's your... So we've used up all of Psalm's actions. You have experienced chosen culture, cuisine, and learned about dragons. Congratulations.
We did
So,
it.
Harlan, what's your first thing that you want to do here?
Harlan is gonna have bath time, and then after bath time, he under the guise of looking for an inconsequential part of his gun maintenance kit that he has ostensibly misplaced, he would like to see if there is an armory.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little devil's bargain. How deep?
Okay.
If you want to sink deeply into your bath, you can gain a boon, but you won't know what it is, or you can check out the armory.
Ooh. I want the secret boon.
Ooh. So, you take a sick ass bath, and you like they've got like bath bombs and fucking salts and incenses, and for the purpose of this exercise, you just start fucking using that shit. You're just
Yeah, it's
like-
right there. Why not?
You're just like, okay, all right, incense, bath bomb, salts, extra steam, please. I'm just gonna turn up the heat and fucking cook like a lobster, and I need to take a nap.
Good old bath nap.
So Harlan conks the fuck out. We'll come back to you later. So Meredith and Cass, the two of you each have. Wait, Cass, did you spend one of your actions at home?
I was thinking of getting the stuffed animal, but I probably would bathe first.
Okay, so you bathe and you get your stuffed animal. Its eyes move in strange ways. You don't remember its eyes moving when you were a child.
Check for cameras.
Oh. Did they do something to my cat?
Did you do something to your cat?
Mhm.
About to say, there's too much dust in your room. They can't have interfered with it. Whatever is going on with it, it isn't physical.
Right. I will take what was the name you said? Gubbins?
Good guy Goobins.
Gubbins.
If you have no other name, it defaults to Goobins.
Oh, what was the name of that show?
In the meantime, while you're thinking, Meredith, is there a second thing you want to do?
Oh, definitely bathing. I've been walking around in a desert for 2 weeks now.
Hoo-wee! You fucking
And
get clean!
The sand lice are under the armor.
So many sand lice.
Yes. So many. Oh, if there's sand lice, if I feel sand lice, you think I wasn't every single day using a pulse of negative energy to cleanse myself of sand lice?
Unfortunately, certain vermin are immune to the effect.
Damn it.
They're too small.
Oh, I tried
You
though.
can't target them. Oh, absolutely. Maybe it'll work finally. You need a spellcraft roll. Harlan, what is your charisma score?
It is a 14.
14? Oh lord. Okay.
Yeah.
I was expecting much less than that, which means I need to tell you more.
I like to imagine too that like everyone that has come in for a bath, like Harlan got there first, and they just like notice he's in there, like, oh hey Harlan, he's fucking out.
He's so out of it, like you don't even notice when he fucking falls under the water. And don't worry about it. I mean, there are bubbles coming out. Oh, a lot of bubbles. How long can he hold his breath?
He's the new Ben Affleck meme of him knocked out on the boat.
Hey man, fucking Ben Affleck is living the life we all want to. Just fucking get on the boat, you moron. You can choose up or down.
He said down.
Oh, is that wrong?
Too late now.
You spy with your little eye through miles of cavern the empty throne.
Oh shit.
Your spirit is drawn to it here as you are nearer to it now than you ever have been. Not physically, like metaphysically. It's far digging down from here would be fucking. Don't do that. Holy shit. Fucking.
Don't do that. That's where bad things go.
Fucking kill yourself instead. Save yourself the trouble. But from a metaphysical perspective, in terms of putting an ass on the throne, you are. I don't know. I feel like halfway there. Like you've done some shit. Like you're getting. You're getting Mary some press. Excuse me. And you start digging down. Oh, geez. You know what? I will narrow it down to 3 places.
Okay.
Your spirit is split between spotting the throne in 3 different places. The first, you witness upon it slumbering a creature so mighty and terrifying, you know its name immediately. The Hell God.
Oh fuck.
The second is in a place you've never seen before. Somewhere where the machinery looks too clean. Frighteningly clean. And the third is in the gutted out remains of the wish-granting engine.
Cool. Okay.
You're not sure which it is. One of these locations is correct. Hell, maybe all of them are correct. It's just a matter of how deep you want to go and what you want to fight to get there.
I mean, that's a hell of a lot better than our previous guess, which was down.
Right. Like, the Hell God presents the biggest fight and the biggest problem. The unknown location is like, well, it's got to be even deeper down than we've ever seen because things get shinier the further down you go. And then the remnants of the dream machine, something is there.
Do we, historically, do we know where the wish granting engine is located?
I'm gonna go with no, because even Salandra and crew were not able to compose directions. They didn't get a GPS line to the wish granting engine.
And I imagine that even if she did know, that might be one of the few things Salandra would be less willing to share.
Right. Mentioning the wish granting engine, A-okay. Mentioning that the creator took it with him when he left, also fine. Where was it? Fuck off. Eat a dick. Suck it long and suck it hard, Trebek. When you wake up, the water is boiling.
Whoa, shit!
But you don't feel burned.
I take out a little pencil and paper, and I write these things down immediately, lest I forget them.
There's actually a little notebook with a waterproof notebook with a waterproof pen. Your father believes he generates his greatest inspirations when he's at moments away from dying, from succumbing to drowning.
Yeah, it sounds like him.
Wait a second.
honestly,
did we just find out that Harlan is our secret half brother? Oh no!
Oh
ah!
my god, please no. If that's true, I will kill you myself.
That being said, Harlan, you are a little pruny. You have been in the bath for like 2 hours.
He like looks at the time like, oh shit, like hustles to get dressed and back out.
Fuck. Now I'm just thinking of my favorite moment in any of the Hobbit movies. I don't remember which guy it is. The one with the hat fucking wakes up, smashes his head on the bench, grabs a cup of wine and downs it as he says, "Bless my beard, is that the time?" Like, holy shit. That was
Fantastic.
so...
How can you have a favorite moment in the Hobbit movies? This is like they're so bad that I can't even.
There are a couple moments that I thought were genuinely cool, and that's the greatest tragedy of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
I suppose.
cap on this one. Like there
I
were
surprisingly
Yeah.
liked. I have to admit, I surprisingly liked Toriel, who did not exist in the books. Maybe that's the reason why I liked her, is
Yeah.
because she didn't desecrate the books.
Right.
And
Right,
also
like,
her performance was fun.
What?
I liked her performance better than Legolas.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to admit, Evangeline Lilly, I've always thought she looked like an elf.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She barely needs the ears.
But unfortunately, the movies do have good moments. Fucking unfortunately. I wish I could throw the baby out with the bathwater, but there is a baby
like I
in
wish
there.
right.
Like I could put together like a 45-minute compilation between all 3 films of the best moments.
Right. You have 45 minutes out of 9 hours, which is unacceptable. But that is a very good 45 minutes.
You realize that Guillermo del Toro worked on the first movie for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
before- and he. I mean, the Guillermo del Toro's Hobbit is one of these things. Like, what would it have been? I mean, all
I
the bad
want
stuff.
in that parallel universe.
I want
Yeah.
that timeline.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have heard him talk about it, and he talks about, like, spending more time on the twisted elements of Middle-earth. Like, he talks about, like, spending a lot of time in Mirkwood with the spiders and things like that.
Because that's what he's good at.
And that's also... He's good
really
at
good
it
at making
because...
compelling monsters.
Like, he's good at it because he loves it. Like,
Yeah.
he fucking loves that shit.
But
And
he also is great at the gloriously fantastical. Like his Rivendell would have been
God.
I watched a documentary, the Lindsay Ellis documentary,
Yep.
in 3 parts about the making of The Hobbit, and like that entire production was so sabotaged from start to finish.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a great tragedy.
As soon as they took it out of Del Toro's hands, it was like, well,
Everything fell apart.
either we can give it to someone else or we can give it to you, Mr. Jackson. What's it gonna be? And Jackson was like, well, I'm only getting 3 hours of sleep a night trying to fix this mess, and I can't use any of the pre-production that Del Toro prepared, so...
And we still have to keep to the original production schedule.
Right, so I guess I'm just gonna make some shit. And shit is indeed what we got.
Goodness.
It is tragic. It really is tragic.
Oh god, one of my coworkers thought Lord of the Rings was boring, and I was like, oh honey.
It's like, I know you need a doctorate to parse the Silmarillion, but once you do, it's like the best, most intense Game of Thrones soap opera there is.
The thing is that the Silmarillion is essentially the Bible in that it is the greatest story ever told if you could get past the dry writing style.
Right.
Because Tolkien was a good storyteller, but I feel like he veers away from character and more towards history. And The Hobbit is the most character. The Lord of the Rings is less character, and the Silmarillion is all history, bitch! Get in, fucker!
I feel like there were a couple of sequences in Silmarillion that were just so stunningly beautiful. Like the story of Beren and Luthien, where Sauron captured Beren and King Finrod and killed like one of their companions a night until it was
Mhm.
just Beren and Finrod left. And then he sent a werewolf to devour Beren, and Finrod, sacrificed himself in order to save Beren because he had that debt to Beren's ancestor.
And the
Holy
story
Yeah,
of
shit.
Luthien and Juan,
yeah.
the Great Hound.
Oh yeah, I love Juan. Oh my God.
Yeah, who died to save the to kill the werewolf in the end.
And and Fingolfin's last battle was another one of those sequences where you read it and it's just like, holy fuck. That was like, you know, that was just one of the most beautiful, epic scenes you can imagine. When he took on Morgoth 101.
Yes.
Oh dear lord.
I mean, it was like the most mismatched battle ever, but he 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 managed to wound Morgoth a bunch of times, which is just sort of like, fuck.
But Harlan has an excellent bath.
So Harlan
Sorry.
has an excellent bath. I should
Pith, I'm
mention.
not If are you a Tolkien geek too, or were we torturing you just now?
I'm I I am not a Tolkien geek in the sense that you guys are. I liked all of the content that was produced, and I have no further nuance to contribute. So.
That is okay.
Cap
I
sends me pictures of the Battle of Pelennor Fields because
I
he knows
do.
that I am like every time I read the Battle of Pelennor Fields, I end up sobbing. So
Yeah. It's just so good. I give you morale boosts, but it's like a double-edged sword.
yep. Whenever everyone whips off that helm and
I am no man.
yeah,
Yep.
and Mary's just sort of like forgotten there behind. It's like, am I gonna actually stab the most terrifying creature in existence in the back?
Yes, because
Sure.
the power of friendship.
Yep. Yep. I loved it.
But we will keep talking for the rest of the time we're
Oh
here.
yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, so strangely enough, Harlan, you come to in the. I should also mention you are immaculately refreshed. You would expect a vision like this to drain you? No, you feel full. I don't know if you'll fall asleep tonight.
you
I
get
don't
the
need it.
well-rested XP buff.
Right. You well rested, plus 10% XP. Lover's Embrace, plus 20% XP. Oh, honey.
Pity we're not doing XP numbers.
That being said, Cass and Meredith are bathing in an adjoining area to you, so they see you fucking bolt upright out of the water.
Boiling water. What the hell?
Harlan, you've made a terrible mess.
Ah, shit. All right. Whoa, phew. Are we dead?
No. Not yet.
All right, I think I know where the throne is.
Uh,
And Cass just puts one finger over her lips and shakes her head.
I think you inhaled a bit too much bath salt.
Oh, is that what that shit is? Wait, you're supposed to inhale it?
No,
I just dumped it in the water.
I should mention his bath is all fucked up. Like, someone's gonna have to empty it out and clean it before someone else can use it, because it's just fucking full of incense and, like, and water and
like there's
salt
going to
and
be a
shit.
film.
It's fucking...
Harlan has fucked this bath up.
Harlan, you know when you use bath salt, you're only supposed to use a little. You're not supposed to dump the whole thing in. Mm.
Oh.
Ooh, I should also mention Harlan. Uh, your alcoholism has transcended mere alcoholism. If you wish, you can begin study of the dipsomaniacal arts.
What's the dipsomaniacal arts?
So dipsomancy is the magic of alcoholic consumption.
Huh.
If you start drinking, you can basically use specific powerful alcohols as potions.
The place we stopped at where all the drinks
Oh,
made us.
with all the different drinking
Yeah,
vessels.
That was dipsomancy. That was a
Very
different sort
cool.
of that was a different sort of school of dipsomancy, but that was dipsomancy. But like, I don't know, if you drink rot gut whiskey out of JFK's coffee mug, you'll regain 1d8 plus 5 hit points. I don't give a shit. Your wounds heal because you get too drunk to feel them. How does that work? Shut up.
Mind over matter, baby. Mind over matter.
Magic over matter.
So how are we traveling to Wind City?
Oh, your father comes in with a fucking limousine.
Oh,
And he pops his head out of the driver's seat and just says, "Get in, losers."
all right.
That thing smells terrible.
But look
Well,
how sleek.
it doesn't run on gasoline, if that's what you're concerned about, but it does smell like cigars.
Shotgun.
No, Meredith, how many times do I have to tell you this is a rifle?
Fucking kill me, dude. Just fucking kill me.
She just rolls her eyes at you.
Harlan, did I ask you if you had any kids?
Harlan, you don't have any kids you know about.
None to my knowledge.
You get the distinct impression that if you had kids, you would know. It's just one of those
Right, like-
things.
Like, part of it's just like gut instinct, and part of it's like I'm enough of an easy guy to find that somebody would have shook me down for some gold for it.
But also, there's just a thing with gunslingers and lost kids. It's just like, it just happens, man. Like,
It's magnetic.
it's fucking magnetism. Lonesome, Fallout style, mysterious stranger, lonesome wanderer style. The lonesome wanderer will find his father. There will be a reckoning. There will be a fight. And they will leave amicably. I don't know how it works. It just always works that way.
So Cass doesn't necessarily put this into context, but she really does not like being this separated from nature, from like, the air being unnatural, all the surroundings being man-made, and so she's definitely very ill at ease, very much like hairs sticking up on end, and like this is not comfortable for her.
Kind of like when we were traveling in the Moloch Express.
Yeah.
The Express was worse. This is still bad.
Road trip?
Road trip.
Road trip.
Let me
Oh,
look up.
Let's get this over with as soon as we can. Fuck.
And that's precisely why we're doing this instead of walking.
It's not my fault you guys walk slow.
Oh Lord. This vehicle moves astonishingly fast. Not as quickly as an airship, but it's very quick. It's on land and it doesn't smell like Helgak excrement.
They are powered by farts.
No. The airships are. This is powered by something else. Your father mentioned something like cold fusion. It doesn't really make sense to you.
No.
Something called gasoline?
No, the limousine actually runs on green energy. Your father is very concerned about the future because he may live long enough to see it.
I use my knowledge engineering to talk shop about the finer points of the limousine.
Wow. You succeed. You learn a thing or two about atomic power. Like,
Damn.
your understanding is okay. So you understand the internal combustion engine. That makes sense to you. And like, really,
Yeah.
when you look at it, the internal combustion engine is pretty simple. For lack of the for lack of the specifics of the mechanics of it, like how much gas you put in to create the spark to move the pistons, like, it's pretty simple to understand how an internal combustion engine works. And he's like, no, you're thinking too big. You need to think smaller. And you learn a thing or two about atomic power. There are these things that make up the world called atoms, and some of them are bigger than others. And the really big ones, which are slightly unstable, you can draw energy out of by harnessing the strength of their molecular decay. In the same way that you harness the strength of burning gasoline. And it just...
Alright, so kind of like how trash heats up when it decays, you're getting that energy from that kind of heat.
Exactly. Like, it just fucking clicks in your head. You wouldn't know how to build one, but you might know how to operate one if you ever see one again. Give yourself half a point in the feat technologist.
Oh, dope. Thank you, Mr. DM.
You're taking all the right risks. You're asking all the right questions. That being said, you do have to rest for an evening. Your father parks the limousine in the fucking stables of the Cracked Chalice. In the town of Lion's Way, he parks in the Noble Quarter. The streets outside are filled with the scent of roasting meat and fresh bread. The inn is a 2-story, half-timbered building with black tile roof and elf-wrought tables and chairs. Genuinely purchased from the wilds, so says the stout female human innkeeper named Kjolfru.
I'll take a look.
You take a look at the elven architecture?
No, at the stuff that's supposed to be coming from the wilds.
Yeah, it is honest to goodness purchased from elves. You can only imagine that they are hand-me-downs that this lady paid way too much for. But they do look great. Strangely enough, the inn seems to be populated mostly by dwarves. 4 dwarves, 1 elf, and 2 humans. Not including the elven innkeeper and you all.
And then here comes a whole party of adventurers to come
Right.
and crash the economy for an evening.
Well, it is an adventurer-centric inn, so they're used to your sort of gold spending.
Okay. Then I suppose we spend an evening in relative comfort.
Exactly. But if there's nothing you want to do, we can just move on to Wind City.
We can definitely move on to Wind City.
Let's say anybody else got anything going on? You want to talk to
Any
any elves?
other-
You want to talk to any dwarves?
No, I'm alright.
Absolutely, completely understandable.
No, I think we're set.
Uh,
Unless there's
actually,
any discussions we want to have with each other.
Meredith, you are accosted by Mary.
Am I?
Yes.
Okay.
I can see how your father found us. I thought you were exaggerating his connection.
No. That's one thing I wouldn't lie about. He's a threat. How? Where did we mess up?
I don't think we made any mistakes. We just didn't do everything we could have. I investigated some things while I was in your father's estates.
He probably knows.
Oh. I don't think he was trying to hide it. It felt like a threat. Your father has interests all the way to District 6.
That far.
Yes. I don't think he has dealings with Connor directly. I think he has a go-between. It's just... Sorry, I just had to talk about this with someone. It's a lot.
No, please.
And she starts going off, confirming all of your darkest fears.
Yeah, like he has a network of, spies everywhere.
Worse yet, it seems like these spies don't even know who they're working for. Like, he's got such he has a league of dummy groups who all answer to him.
Huh. You didn't find any connection between him and the group that is backing Never Ever,
No.
did you?
No, actually, as soon as they propped up Never Ever, he ceased communications with the Black Hand.
All right.
He thought he could use them, and then once he saw that he couldn't, he cut his ties and ran.
Smart.
Your father's not an idiot.
No, I wish he was. It would make this a lot easier.
Wouldn't it? No, he's a shaker and a mover. I don't know if I should be scared or impressed.
Both?
Both is good, yeah.
Fear is always a valid response.
You're not wrong. Like,
No, he's intimidating because he's the queen bee at the center of a hive.
Yeah. Did I name Connor City?
You did, Iron Fist.
Holy shit, sometimes I'm just a little on the nose, aren't I?
A little bit.
Yeah, he's got ties in Iron Fist, Ankara, Janam, Sanctuary, Oasis, the World Bazaar, Wind City, the Graveyard, Armstrong, the Wilds, Outlaw Canyon, Aziz's Temple. He has a party that's working on trying to regain the peak, like to just like take stuff from there, and he's trying to find equipment that can be used to defeat the Wendigos and Bandersnatches. And he also has ties with what's the name of Salandra City?
Mirage.
Mirage. And he has ties in Mirage. Like, he's trying to avoid royalty, but he's working in all of these major cities. And then Sam brings up, like, oh yeah, and he's working with a dragon. It's just like, what the fuck did you just say to me, you little bitch?
It's like, oh yeah, I went digging around looking for more information about dragons, and I hand them the journal page. I'm just like, he's dealing with this guy named Rice, or I freaking can't pronounce.
Rorsted.
Rorson.
I don't think you guys have ever seen Mary sweat. Just because of her heat resistance, but she's fucking stress sweating right now, and she's like, holy shit.
That's...
Your father's got a lot of fingers in a lot of pots.
He sure does. And honestly, the news about a dragon surprises me more than anything else.
And this was just preparation. I don't think he knows where to strike, but my god, is he ready.
Oh, when he does, things are gonna go down like dominoes.
Yeah. I don't want to tell you what to do, but if you can suck up to your father, go for it, maybe? If it's possible we could point him at our enemies, I feel like the result would be disastrous.
I'm not the one that you need to convince.
Fuck, I was afraid you were gonna say that. Shit.
I don't think you can have this conversation with Cass quietly.
No, I can't. Later, some other time. There's too much going on right now.
Let me handle it. First things first. I don't want the dreadnought directly in his hands.
No, I agree. I think that's a bad idea. It also sets a bad precedent.
It will always be adjacent to him, but I want it in the hands of the people. I have one gambit here.
Will he agree to that?
Yes, he will. Because despite all of his duplicity, he is an honorable man.
Fuck, I hate this. Oh god, I feel nauseous. Is this why Harlan drinks? Is this how it feels to be him every waking moment?
Yes.
All the worse. I feel like we're doing the right thing to solve the problem, but I feel like something bad is going to happen.
Well, sometimes something bad is better than something worse.
Might be a push. We'll see.
If you're coming to me to try to look on the bright side of things, it's
Okay.
really fucked, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I went to the wrong person. I might... okay, alright, fair enough. You make a good point.
You should be talking to Harlan.
You're not wrong. Dear God.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to trust me on this play, and if it fails, then I don't know what to do.
I do. Holy shit. I do trust you. What is happening?
The world's turning upside down.
The world is falling to pieces. Just be on your guard. I sense something dark in our path. And she just go. Holy
She
shit!
does the monk thing,
She does.
and
she,
just sort of like,
she does the monk thing and walks over to the bar and asks for some fucking thunder water. And drinks that shit. Mary, that's Everclear. You shouldn't drink that. You shouldn't drink that straight. You're not my dad. You're not the police. You're not a dad. You're not my dad. You're also not a cop. Fuck you. I'll drink what I want.
It's labeled as like paint thinner.
Oh god. No, Harlan, you're gonna get the brunt of it. Meredith, do you want to have a conversation with Cass, or is that something you're going to do on another channel?
oh, sweet goodness, I can do it on another channel.
Alright, fair enough. Harlan, you go out to go take a piss, and you get ambushed by Mary. And she's
Hello.
fucking delirious. And she just, like, grabs you by the shoulder, and she's like, Harlan, we're walking into a trap. We're on the verge of making a terrible mistake. I can't tell if the cure is worse than the disease.
Hold on. All right. What are you feeling?
We're moving towards something dark. I'm scared.
What's telling you this? Does it sound like a street hawker in the World Bazaar? Or does it sound like a road sign that you're missing?
It sounds like a road sign that I'm missing. Like a
Shit.
doomsayer who says the end is nigh, and for whatever reason I want to believe him.
Oh.
Oh wow.
I sense success in our path, but as I say, I feel like the cure may be worse than the disease.
Harlan kind of looks around and steps out like further. You think that bringing Selena back into this is going to be worse than slapping the Doskius name on the airship?
There's something dark there. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it. As sure as you can feel despair in your heart, I feel it now. Palpable. Present. The nearer we get, the stronger it becomes.
So remind me, out of character, do Harlan and Co. ouch know that that Selena's like lost her memories basically?
That she's what?
She hasn't
she's-
completely lost her memories.
Yes,
That
that was clear. Like, she didn't want
Okay.
to talk about it, she didn't want to get near to it, and she's like, I understand I used to be that person, I'm not that person anymore. And like, I don't know if that requires a bluff check. It is both a lie and the truth.
She said that she's not that person anymore. And it makes me wonder if maybe this one's not a Holt saying, maybe that's a Marduk specific. But power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yes. Like,
And if we put
uh,
the dreadnought in her hands, in her path, what's going to stop her from destroying Wind City right next to Armstrong?
no, it's not that. It's not so recklessly destructive. It's something else. But Pidge, is that the axe that slayed me? Well, is it?
Is he right?
Is he right? Like, that's the vibe you get. Like, it all just sort of clicks into place, and it's like, is it?
Oh. Harlan just like stares into a puddle for a minute.
I don't think we should stop. I think we all need to be ready.
Now, we know that she's our other candidate to the throne.
Yep.
If we give her this power and it goes well, if she says, "All right, you have my blessing, take the dreadnought, use it to feed the whole damn district," and if that makes her more worthy than you, what are we gonna do?
I have no idea. Not yet. I might know more the closer we get to it. But from this distance, it's just like a storm cloud. It's bad, but I don't know how bad it will be. I won't know how bad it will be until the lightning strikes.
Yeah. You want to get drunk?
We ain't getting drunk, Harlan. We already there. She embraces her her inner drunken master.
We play I teach her some of the basics of poker and we get a game started.
Oh, that really takes her mind off of things. She's very good. It's upsetting.
It's like the there was a post that was talking about how much Vulcans would fucking love poker because it's math and emotional like repression.
But at the same time, they would be so bad at reading people.
True, very true.
They would love it, but they would also lose certain hands and might get a little frustrated at it.
No, I mean Vulcans would actually be pretty good at recognizing tells.
Fair enough.
That's true. It might take them a couple of rounds to pick up on what someone's tell is, but when they
It's
got
sort
it,
of a-
they got it.
It's sort of an intellectual thing. They can analyze behavior as opposed to like just straight empathy. It's more like, huh.
They
These things are
lie
connected.
whenever they click their tongue.
Monster. Cease.
But at the same
Yeah,
time, Mary is somewhat
Losing it.
well, no, she's somewhat upset when she loses due to random chance.
Cass wanders by, sees you're playing poker, and then makes a little kind of hissing noise and avoids you.
RNG gets the best of us, Mary. It's okay.
You want to be the dealer, Cass?
I've played poker a few times. It's not my strength.
Yeah, we're playing for pennies.
Hmm.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's what they always say.
I've beaten her one too many times.
As someone who has played a lot of Poker Night at the Inventory, I can tell you sometimes it's all a matter of luck. You can play the odds as hard as you want, but if you get unlucky, you will lose. And if you get lucky, oh, you will win.
A bad hand is a bad hand.
Bad hand's a bad hand, baby. When you've got a pair of fives and there are two face cards showing, just fold. Just get out of there. It's no good. It's no good for you here.
Hit the bricks.
It's
The
like
problem isn't bad hands. The problem is
Good hands that aren't good enough.
Yeah, it's the pair of eights that you're not sure what anyone else has, and if you could just pair of eights, maybe a pair will win this hand, or should I fold?
But say
No,
it's a
that's
pair of
the-
eights, but there's a face card showing, and it's just like,
Nah, time to go.
if you want to play it safe, or you can go in like a maniac.
And if you're playing seven card stud, the worst thing is when you get a four flush, first four cards, and then you're just trying to get that flush for the last card. You're holding on to the river card. It's like, just wait until the river. I'll have a flush. I'll have a flush. Fuck!
You're a hero.
I'll have a flush. Just one more lane. Just one more lane. One more lane, and we can fix
I
traffic.
can
just
stop
one
at
more
any
lane.
time.
One more hit. Just one more hit.
One more.
Surely
Is it
if I
always-
don't surely if I hit hit again in blackjack when I have 16 it won't fuck me. Surely it won't.
Surely not.
Surely not.
And if you're not playing Fallout New Vegas with 10 luck, oh, it will fuck you.
It will fuck you.
You ever double down on 20?
No.
Holy shit.
Seems like a fool's idea to do that.
The best way to play blackjack in Fallout New Vegas is to start with 9 luck, spend 4,000 caps on the implant to raise it to 10, and then clear out all the casinos to get 47,000 caps.
Nice.
And at that point, you can double down on 20, and you'll just win most of the time. Like, not all the time, but most of the time. Just like,
And
I got two
after
face
where
cards.
you won't get lose out basically.
Right, like 2 face cards, double down. Fucking give me that ace. Thanks. Bye, Felicia.
Felicia.
Like, when you have 10 luck and you're playing blackjack, it gets bonkers. And then if you go to the Sierra Madre, you can make 100,000 caps in pre-war money. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, so you guys are headed to Wind City. Is there anything that you guys would like to do on the way, or is it just time to do the deed?
I think it might be time to do the deed.
Cass has been busying herself with hunting or training or anything that gets her away from the camp or away from her father's immediate area. So She's been
It's tough
actually
when we're in a
way
car.
more productive. What was that?
It's stuff when we're all in a car together.
Oh no, I meant overnight.
Oh yeah.
Overnight. Yeah. Cass is actually pretty tired from the car ride, so she'll nap.
So, you guys go to. I assume you go to the Great Library.
Yes.
There's nothing like the scent of book dust.
On that we can agree.
Oh,
I'm going to approach one of the librarians and ask to reserve a lecture hall.
The librarian turns to see you, and you recognize him by his 3 fingers, and he's like, "I think you should turn back."
No, we have very pressing business.
I won't stop you. I will only tell you you are on the verge of making a terrible and deadly mistake. Are you willing to accept the responsibility for this mistake?
It sounds like you know more than you're letting on. If I knew better how I was about to step off the precipice of disaster, or would that be too much to ask?
I will tell you what I know, and I know with certainty that you are about to awaken a dark power.
Meredith kind of looks herself over and back at the 3-fingered librarian.
No. I don't mean to diminish you. You only play at evil. Evil is something that you do when you don't have the time or the inclination to do what is right.
I busy myself with doing what needs to be done. I've seen too many people who would otherwise be able to do good stay their hand because they didn't want to get it dirty, and more people got hurt as a result.
We use 2 phrases to mean the same thing. I will tell you now, if you pursue this line of action, something bad will happen. And I am telling you, I will only allow it to proceed if you are willing to take responsibility for it.
What is our father's reaction to this exchange?
He sort of brushes it off as superstitious nonsense, like, oh, whatever, like, who fucking cares?
Does Cass hear this too?
Anyone who wishes can get involved. But like, yeah, it was just like, oh yeah, I'll go ask for a lecture room, and just this fucking guy shows up and is like, hey bitch. You messing,
Like, I imagine it's like,
Like, he just drifts out from between the shelves and is like, wait.
it's
no,
like,
you tap him on the shoulder and he turns around and it's like, oh lord.
yeah, and so like anybody can join the conversation because like what would be like a 1-minute thing has turned into like you are having a extended conversation. You are having a conversation with this man, and everyone is like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?"
Right. Like,
I've been to the library a fair amount during my time in Wind City, so I probably recognize him. I don't know how much I've interacted with him.
you recognize him as the head librarian. That much you know.
You obviously know a lot. So I guess the question I have for you, give us a good alternative. You know the law. Give us another way to do this without doing the thing you don't want us to do.
He shakes his head. I don't have any. I'm sorry.
And that's why we're here.
I know.
Then
is I will pull Meredith aside. Now, before we go in on this, I'll follow your lead here. But is it your pride, or is it your sense of doing what's right that's making it so you're not going to have your father's name on the dreadnought?
It is a sense of doing what is right by the law.
Mm.
That is a lie.
Ooh!
I'll tell you that for free, but you're gonna have to beat a 26 bluff.
Though,
And
I
this is just
feel
this
like,
is just the two of them, right?
I mean,
yes.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, you can, like, probably, like, get close and overhear them.
Yeah, I'm not being
Fucking,
stealthy
you
about
just
it.
mentioned it was a lie, and I went straight just, Woo!
Yeah.
And Harlan, for the first time you've ever seen him make this expression at you, he just looks a little disappointed.
And Cass just sort of leans back towards you. It's like, Harlan, everything that our father touches turns to shit. Doesn't matter if he has good intentions or not. He fucks things up and makes them worse.
I
Always
don't know what
has.
you think I'm going to do, other than ask some questions. Not even in the way that I usually ask questions.
Is that directed at Harlan?
Yes.
Hey, like I said, I'll follow your lead. But it's a question of the devil you know. If you'd rather risk it with the devil we don't, then so be it.
So, I get that your father is an asshole, and everything he touches turns to shit, and you guys have this terrible family life with him. But from what he's said, his position has like he says that he wants to enact our plan. And that might be a lie, and you might know that better than I do. But if that's true, then there's no problem with.
It's not so much that will he enact our plan, it's what will he do with it after that.
And also consider all the people he's going to screw over to get it.
Yeah. Actually, that was exactly what Cass was gonna say. It's just,
Like, Meredith might not be paused by conscience, but the rest of you are for the most part. Like, if Meredith has inherited anything from her father, it's the ability to push aside the sense of conscience, to be like, no. There's a greater good to be served here, no matter how many innocents must suffer.
Yeah.
he says he this is all about not being the Staskiest guy. But from everything I've heard, this is a type of sneaky, underhanded tactic that it's just not going to lead to any place good.
All right. Then carry on.
I don't know, but from what I've heard about this guy, he is smart. And if he's telling us we're walking into a mess, this can you
Why
think of
do
any
you
other
suddenly
way?
feel like we're walking into a mess, Harlan?
Say again.
Why do you suddenly feel like we're walking into a mess?
It's just something Mary said. She,
Something that will
I trust her instincts. She's got a bad feeling, and if it was just her, I could have brushed it off. But Her and the librarian.
And you were going to tell me this when?
Well, about 5 minutes ago when the head librarian just told us.
9 hells. There's no other option. So on my own head be it.
I'm about to say, he's only asking that someone accept responsibility for the bad thing that he suspects is coming.
Fine. Meredith sighs and straightens her posture and strides over to the librarian and says, I'll accept responsibility, come what may.
Does anyone else try to jump in to snag this responsibility?
I go over to my father and I look him in the eye for the first time. It's something bad coming. Maybe. Maybe
Nothing
not.
I can tell. I can't speak for superstitious librarians and their backwards homes.
Well, all I have to say, if you want to be the good guy, make a show of it. Say that you donated the dreadnought to the people of Oasis to prove that that the Vervalets are redeemed. That this is something that you know, this is an act of redemption. Make it official. They already did all the work. Just say, I revert all claim to the good people of Oasis because they did the work, and because of the shame that this Daskius did in our name.
Cass,
You still get the credit.
I hear what you're saying. I respect your convictions, but I hear naivete. And that's fine. You are young. You will grow and you will learn.
Between you and Meredith, we're going to well, her I love. Yep, on my head too.
No, only one can shake the hand of the head librarian.
Are you tossing me a plot grenade, Reynolds?
I do believe I'm tossing you a plot grenade.
And gladly, I accept.
You fucking slap your hand in that hand. There is no saving throw. There is no spell resistance. You have been the subject of a Gias.
Okay.
Darkness is coming to the land. You will know it when you see it. I will give it a name. If it appears, I will name it. You will know it. And if you fail to face it, if you fail to defeat it, for every 24 hours that passes in which you are not actively trying to face it, you will gain a -3 to all ability scores.
Okay.
Up to a cumulative penalty of -18. No
But
ability
it can
score.
never bring anything below 1.
No, this cannot kill you, but it can make you so fragile that anything will.
A
make
stiff
you die.
breeze could blow me over.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Greater geese?
Greater geese.
Okay.
You fucking slap your hand in that hand, and oh lord. Okay. If you wished to break this geese by magical means, you would need a miracle or a wish to do so, and it would need to be a very firmly worded wish. If the wizard casting wish does not have a wisdom score of 16 or higher, he's too stupid. He can't figure it out.
I don't think you can cast wish with under like a 19 int.
Oh no, a wisdom. You need a wisdom score
Wisdom.
high enough
Wisdom,
to in order to circumvent the geese with the wish spell.
So this is like essentially like if you do not do this like quest or this thing that's going to happen,
Yes.
like you will just like become frail and terrible.
Yep,
Okay.
that is correct.
Amazing.
Thank
Oh boy. What the fuck? What did you just do to my sister?
Exactly what I asked him to do.
Nothing she was unwilling to do. We have struck a bargain. Dormammu?
I've come to bargain.
Fuck, I love that scene.
Your Mamu, I've come to bargain.
Prepare the lecture hall, if you will, and
course.
summon your librarian.
I will. I know who you're looking for.
Oh boy!
Mary, I feel like you're taking responsibility for. I passed the buck on this to you. I mean, it was my idea. Why are you?
Because I'm the older sister. Because it's my responsibility. And it's my contribution to the shame of this family.
Oh, fuck.
This family.
I'd like to imagine as this.
My dick hitting the
The desk, as it were.
yeah.
Like to imagine as Meredith says, "This family." She just looks over at Garrett.
I absolutely do.
It's like this family. Just glares directly at him.
Fucking, what's his name? Gareth. Gareth shrugs and says, give him his superstitions. It'll never trigger because it's not going to happen.
You want to bet?
I'll put money on it. How much?
1,000 gold pieces.
1,000 gold pieces. Very well, my dear. Chump change it is.
I had to think for a moment, think about what you had in your pockets.
This has been fun. I should go out more often. I don't get to go out in the field too much.
Psalm or Harlan, if you think that you can find a suitable cleric of Palor or Bokob. I want to do this right.
Yeah, I think we can find someone.
The two of you go to the local temple of Bokob. There is an introduction, a quick negotiation, and a hold on. You want me to cast Stone of Truth for what? Fuck it, whatever. Sure.
Better if you don't know.
What was that?
I said it's better if you don't know.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? You make a good point. I make a personal interest of not knowing. I'll get my earplugs. I don't care. So you go to the lecture room. It feels almost like an interrogation. Like Selena is there. All of you are present. This Bokob casts Zone of Truth and just starts chilling out with a book, actively ignoring whatever you have to say.
Oh boy.
And she's just like, she just sees all of you and she's like, I thought I said I didn't want to get involved.
We're just here to ask a few questions, get some insight. We're not asking for your commitment in the same way that we asked you before.
Okay, fair enough. I do have information.
Good.
Cass walks over to her and gives her a hug, and like a kiss on the cheek. It's like, hey, You're a member of my family I don't hate. That's a pretty small number.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. And like she looks at you and looks at Meredith and looks at Gareth and is like, "Oh fuck."
Yes, we are here today to discuss a matter of inheritance
Okay,
and
fine.
claim.
Who's getting what?
It's more a matter of who isn't.
Okay.
You're familiar with the chosen ship, the Dreadnought.
Oh god, I'd like to forget it, but no, I can't. Yes, I'm very familiar with it.
It was recently excavated, and repairs and modifications have been made deep in the desert of District 2.
Have you considered blowing it up?
That was on the table, yes, but we have grander plans for it. Stripped of its weapons, we think that it may be used as a good tool to connect the districts, to run supplies and trade and aid without the need for Connor's iron fist, as it were.
Like, you say stripped of its weapons, and you can see the relief fill her. She's just like, oh, okay, alright, this is alright, this is fine. Okay. Yeah.
So we think people of Oasis who found it and took it out
And
of the
restored
sand
it.
and restored it have the right to it. We even went and recovered a component, and they agreed to help us with a plan, with this plan that Meredith came up with.
And Gareth pops up and he's like, and I believe that it's mine because I am Daskius's great nephew. And she's like, oh, sorry, old man.
And now,
And she's like, sorry, old man, I've got you beat. And he's just like, excuse me?
as we are all in a zone of truth, if you'll humor me, please state your current name.
My name is Selena Smith.
How long have you been working at the library?
41 years. like her
I thought she was a child. Didn't she get?
No, she was a
didn't
young
reincarnated?
adult.
No,
No.
but didn't she get reincarnated?
Yeah, she got reincarnated.
We're getting to that.
Yeah, about to say, like, she cites her date of birth as the very day that Selena used the wishing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's, 41 years, X months, X days, hours, seconds.
And your name prior to your reincarnation.
Technically, as a bastard, my name was known as Selena Chosenborn, but I am the biological child of Daskius Furfulet and Atrial Batalis. And your father fucking... He doesn't have a fucking heart attack, but he's just like, what? What the fuck did you just say to me?
Through magic at the level of the creator himself, you were given new life.
Yes. I gave up everything so that I might try again.
But deep down, you retain who you once were. And so, have a stronger claim to the ship that was once your prior biological father's.
Gareth pipes up and he's like, I hear what you're saying. The genes will show me the truth of this. Could I have but a bit of your blood? I'll destroy it when I'm done. And she's like, fine. I don't give a shit. And he draws some blood and puts it in a doohickey in his arm. And he's like, this'll solve it. I understand what you're saying. I have no doubt in my mind that it's true, but if she's not the genetic relation, then who could say this is actually a daughter? And like it makes a microwave dinging noise. It has a green light, and he's just like, oh fuck! you're not the daughter of your parents. And she's like, yeah, I know. It's a whole thing. Okay? Sometimes it concerns them because I don't look like them. And he's just looking at the results, and it's like, yep, that's fur for blood, baby. And he just... You've never seen your father so defeated. And he's just like, I yield my claim. In accordance with our agreement.
And you can relinquish yours to people of Oasis if you want. And another piece of your past is put to sleep.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I need to see it, you know? Could you take me there?
Meredith's
sure.
gonna look over at Mary when she says that.
She's fucking sweating bullets! It's bad! Have you ever seen someone fucking who's got anxiety so bad they're gonna throw up? That's Mary.
See, you
She's,
have been that person.
she's
Are
fucking
you
squirming and sweating, and she's pale-faced, and she's just like, oh, this is
Are you
bad.
sure you want to do that yourself?
I need to see it. I can't... It feels fucked up giving something that I don't even know is real. It feels like I'm a pawn in a greater game, and that makes me feel more uncomfortable than anything.
We can bring you.
If these are the conditions to move forward with our plan of aiding Septemport, then I think that's fair. Not a lie.
I'd like to see you try.
Right. In Zone of Truth, I chose to fail that anyway.
Fucking lemon snout is sweating bullets. Just... Oh. Do you guys take the limo back to Sanctuary and go back to the fucking Dreadnought?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Does Gareth
Does our
take us?
father? Yeah, I was gonna say, does Gareth want to give us the limo, or want to take us in the limo?
It's not a matter of whether I want to or not. You won fair and square, and nothing will change that. Denying you passage on account of my injured pride would be rude.
So, looking over at Selena, if you're my great uncle's daughter, that makes you my second cousin, or my first cousin once removed. I can never really get that straight.
It's first cousin once removed.
Hmm.
Or whichever one is the right answer. She would know the right answer even if I don't.
David always finds that one really confusing.
Same.
I was about to say, only hobbits can read family trees.
Got him. So you guys go back through the cracked chalice, back up to District 2, stop by at Sanctuary. No time to rest now. We gotta hit the road.
Right. When we stop by the cracked chalice, does Mary want to talk to Meredith? She'll kind of try to get her attention.
It's fine. We'll show her the Dreadnought. Everything will be fine.
I think everyone's making a huge deal over nothing. I understand the precautions, but besides, this is on my head, not yours.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You know, maybe I'm
What?
just worried that she's gonna take my place, you know?
She doesn't want to take your place.
Yeah, but maybe seeing the Dreadnought will inspire something and she'll want to become the heir to Marduk's throne, and maybe that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's fine.
Well,
I'll just...
If
It's okay.
if that happens, we'll deal with it when it happens.
Yeah, if it happens, I'll bow out with grace. I'm okay with that. It's fine.
You don't have to,
We'll
Mary.
we'll figure something out. It'll be okay.
I know you way better than I know her. I think you have what it takes. I think that part of being worthy of this And being someone that you want people to be able to follow is believing that about yourself. I can't believe I'm having to say this to you.
It's. You can't. It's not. It's.
It's not what?
You can't feel it. You're not tapped into it the way I am. It's okay. I don't expect you to know.
Maybe you should get a room a little farther away from mine. I tend to inspire fear in people.
No, it's not fear. It's. I wish I could show it to you. It's like a fork in the road. And one of them leads someplace okay, and the other one leads to ruin. Even if you know which path you want to take, the fact that the fork exists, what if you just tripped and went down the wrong road?
We didn't. I chose this diplomatic path because of the company I'm keeping now.
I just, you'll see it. You'll see it when it gets here.
Meredith will leave it at that.
Yeah, like, she can't explain it to you and you can't understand. It's just...
No.
For lack of a better phrase, you pull a father and you say, oh, what are these backwards people in their backwards ways?
You know what? I think that Meredith really would reach that point.
Right?
She's
Like,
way closer to her father than she wants to admit.
I make an effort to talk to Selena, by the way. It's I've seen you a lot over the years. When I've been to the library, I just never knew we were related.
I've
Kind of.
done my best to keep things on the down low. I kind of wanted to live a normal life, but I don't know. Maybe I should, like, do something, you know?
Well, I mean, you don't have to.
No.
There's nothing. I'm not big on the whole destiny thing. I think if people just want to live their lives, they should be able to live their lives.
Yeah.
But I do think it is cool that we're kind of sort of related. And most of our relatives really, really suck. I mean, really awful. So, it's cool to meet you.
Maybe it runs in the family, you know? But you can't be any worse than Doskis himself, so maybe it just gets weaker. Maybe the blood diffuses, the bad blood diffuses among others. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I've never had a desire to go out and conquer people. So I mainly just want to.
No, but you have felt the urge to kill. An overwhelming, unquietable urge to kill. And she sort of like comes to her senses and she's like, did I say something?
That's all.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
looks at you and she's just like, oh no, did I say something fucked up? I do that sometimes. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say something fucked up. I didn't mean it. It wasn't true.
No, it's yeah, maybe there's a little bloodlust in us. I talked to one of our ancestors in the graveyard. She claimed that she's where my blood comes from. But maybe it's she said that we're cursed. I didn't buy it. I mean, I like my power. But what you said just now, yeah, I kill people sometimes.
And worse yet, you enjoy it.
In the moment, yeah. I mean, when my blood's up, it just seems so easy.
Yeah.
and I don't like it. I don't like thinking about it. Um, I'd like to feel my power too much, but yeah, I kill pretty easy when I embrace it.
Well,
And I guess
at least you still feel shame about it. The problem comes when you stop feeling ashamed at all.
I mainly try to put myself with the right things and avoid people, but I mean, I guess going. I mean, I've killed a couple of people just for being well shitheads who stalk women, that type of thing. Um, so I don't know. Maybe it's just, maybe it's kind of a slippery slope before I end up like and start justifying everything I'm doing is for good.
No, it's not a slippery slope. It's a struggle. If you keep fighting, you'll be okay. People think war is a struggle, and peace isn't. They're wrong. So long as you keep fighting that part of you, there may be a time and place to indulge it.
Well, it's uh, it's good to have met you, even if this is a little fucked up.
Yeah. Like I said, I also feel good about getting involved.
Cass is mentally trying to remember exactly how many human or human type creatures she's killed, and is having problems getting the exact number down,
There's
which
no
is
point to that.
which is bothering her a little bit. She knows it's in double digits now, but she's not quite sure where in the double digits it is. Okay, that was it. I didn't mean to.
Lord. Perfect. So, is there anything else that you would like to do before you reach the dreadnought itself?
Not for me.
Fair enough.
Harlan would like to pray.
Oh man.
It's nothing fancy. It's just, please, 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 let this be the right decision. And if we fuck it up, let us fuck it up in a way we can fix. Amen.
You will get an answer to your conundrum. You have already fucked up. The only thing you can do is be ready for the fallout. And it will be terrible. It ends in tears.
Post 7 days of torture, 7 days of penis.
I slammed my penis in the car door.
Now you have fucked up.
You have fucked up now.
What is this reference from? Just out of curiosity. I know I'm gonna regret it.
I'm so glad you asked. It's a mashup song that someone made and has been stuck in our collective brain cell for like a couple of weeks now. I'll send it to you after game.
I'm not sure. I'm very
There's
easily.
just to explain the context, there's a part of the song where it says now you fucked up, and then they extend it to now you have fucked up. So it's
They take that section from that one movie. Please upload.
Oh, the only thing
You
I
have-
can think of is the Whitest Kids You Know segment.
Yeah, that's
Oh, is that it?
what it's from. Yeah, they just put it
beautiful.
into part of a song.
I love it. Oh lord. Alright, I'm gonna hit the bathroom before the fucking hammer drops.
Okay.
I will not be hitting the bathroom for about 5 days, considering how tight my asshole's clenched right now.
What are you talking? Well, it's just me that's gonna.
No, it's just you that has the geese. The rest of us have, like, emotional attachment to geese.
Morality?
Yeah, the only one with with questionable morals is the one that has to do the right thing now.
Yeah. There it is. There's the song. It uploaded.
I mean, I'd say Cass's morals are questionable. They exist, but they're not very. They're very slippery
They're not as robust as they could be.
and not as robust as they could be. That's true.
So I played the. I had so much more written down in case that like interrogation went sideways and I had to like bust out the emotional manipulation while still not lying.
Oh shit, son.
But I didn't have to use any of it, and that troubles me. That it was
Oh
so
yeah.
easy to do that part of it.
Oh, it definitely was way,
I'm
way
fucked.
too easy.
I
Yeah.
am so fucked.
I think we have resurrected the bad Selena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now you have fucked up.
I have fucked up now. But to that fighter archetype that I sent you, Dave,
Alright, I am back.
I may in fact get a chance, given that our father's been talking to dragons.
True.
It might be a thing. We'll fucking see.
Yeah, personally, I'd take some Dragon Disciple levels myself if I were at the wrong bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
And also, my last character is a dragon, so I kind of can't do it again.
I
I want-
I was also looking at the Dragon Disciple. You don't need a specific bloodline.
you do if you're a sorcerer
You do. Oh, if you're a sorcerer, you do. Okay.
or a
Which
blood
Blood
or a
Ranger falls
Yeah.
into the.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so for you it wouldn't matter, but for if you have a bloodline, it has to be draconic.
Hmm.
I mean, you
So
can change your
technically there's a-
bloodline. It's just
Yeah,
horrific.
It's just horrific.
technically there is language that says that you can change your bloodline. So
All right, Pip and I have to duck out of here at like 10 minutes too.
Oh,
so
yeah. Trust me.
All right.
So you want to drop the hammer?
I can
Okay.
drop the hammer real fucking quick.
we travel back to the dig site.
So you travel back to the dig site. There are a whole bunch of more cloaked strangers. And your
Roughly
father...
how many days is it?
It has been like 10 days total.
Okay.
Because it was like...
Just because I'm keeping track of the days.
Right, because it was like 3 days to get from the dig... Oh, it was... Never mind, it was even more. So it was like 7 days to get from Oasis to Sanctuary, and then 2 days to pick up Mary, and then 2 days back, and then 5 days there. So it was 2, 2, 7, 11, 5, 16 days.
16 days. Okay. We are at 50 days remaining.
So, you know, like, your father comes out and he's like, "Stand down, everybody!" They were right. And he, like, gestures to Selena, and he's just like, "This girl owns the airship. By right of law." And she's like, "I'll surrender it when I'm done. I just need to check it out a little."
Can we come with you?
Yeah, sure. No problem. And, you know, she starts wandering through it and in a reverie. And she's just like, "I remember this. Sometimes I was in command and sometimes my father was. It was a matter of convenience. He would send me out to work independently. I did awful things with this ship. Terrible things."
who else is with us when she's saying
I'm
this?
definitely going with.
Yeah, Harlan's there too.
Yep.
If there are strangers around, I may try to kind of shush her a little bit as she's saying this stuff.
She ardently refuses. Like, she barely even notices you're there. She's in the fucking zone. The nostalgia zone. And she just
Yeah.
and she's just like wandering around, and she's just like, goes to various places, and she's like, this was the bridge. Just like, oh, that's the command chair, and they moved it around, and I love what they've done with the place.
I'd like to do something, Reynolds.
What would you like to do?
As we're wandering the halls, I'd like to activate my detect good eyes.
You detect nothing good. Except for maybe Arlen and Mary.
But not Selena.
No. If I recall correctly, she was always lawful neutral.
Okay.
Actually, she's got a sheet. I can open it up.
Oh no, you're opening up the old sheet! Ah!
No, this is her new sheet.
Oh, okay.
I presume she was lawful evil.
Yeah,
Before.
she was lawful evil when she was bad. And now she's a lawful neutral 5th level wizard. I am a wizard.
She just lost 20 levels of spellcasting. Or wait, no, that's the other one. Never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
You're fine.
And she's just like... Everybody give me a delicious sense motive roll.
Gladly.
I am not very good at that.
That's okay. I got you.
It's impressive.
Although it's certainly meaningless to say in the moment. Harlan does pipe up as she's going through these reveries to and I know it can't undo the past, but thinking about how many people this is going to help.
She doesn't even hear you anymore. I don't know if you were trying to talk to her, but like, save your breath.
Yeah, he feels like he has to.
Oh yeah,
Even
absolutely.
though, yeah,
It's
Like-
something Harlan would absolutely do in the moment.
You need to be heard. You need to say what you have to say.
exactly.
None of you very much see the change in her demeanor, but Meredith, is she skipping?
There's like a bounce in her step.
Kill her right now.
I shouldn't.
I'm terrified she's gonna blow the dreadnought.
But she goes skipping off down one of the halls, and she's just like, and I had a little secret spot hidden in a little cargo space. I retrofitted it myself to make it so that it could support life. I would hide in there and sleep when I was scared or tired, and no one else could figure out where I was. It was so fun. And she comes to this section of wall, and she opens it up, and she draws a sword out of it.
Fuck you!
Oh no! No!
And she just points at all of you and says, I'm the captain of this vessel now.
Dude, Solandra fucking destroyed that with Kira's power.
You can't destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are fucked.
That was a divine miracle.
Sorry, I'm guessing we are starting next time in the middle of fucking combat with this.
You may fight her if you wish.
This is perfect, huh?
This is perfect.
Is this?
Oh,
That's
perfect.
Is this?
Oh no!
I
Is
thought I
this-
destroyed that thing for good.
Is she reverted back to like her old self? Like
like
She's
class
something.
levels and all?
She's something else.
Oh, oh, okay.
You succeed in your sense motive rolls. Oh lord. Like, she went from bookish girl to fucking stand and deliver so fast. Like, Meredith, you're taken off your guard, just like, oh lord. Like, it's like, imagine if like a street bum assumed a perfect boxing stance and you were just like, oh holy shit.
Yeah.
It's that level of from schlub to dangerous.
Well, I'm glad of some abilities that I have now.
What's Mary's expression in all this?
She vomits. She just like
Fair enough.
immediately pukes. Just like, I'm the captain of this vessel now.
So,
Oh, no!
so I'm guessing that if we had tried to stop her from like going onto the ship, like, oh no, you said you just wanted to see it. Now you've seen it. Now relinquish it to us.
You
She'd
can't-
have been like walked away.
You can't. No, you can't resist box text.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
box text.
Like, I'm sorry. Getting her. The price of getting her involved was bringing back perfect.
Yeah. Understandable. Have a nice day. Sorry, everyone! I advanced the plot, TM.
The plot has been advanced. Your second candidate has been unlocked.
I will enjoy my geese.
Can you put her back down?
Is the geese killing her?
Not yet.
if
No.
if you kill her, does the geese end?
Yes.
What? Yes. But you will understand the powers of perfect next session. Septemport 2.
No, thank you.
Shit's gonna get wacky.
Oh boy. Okay, Reynold, would you do me a favor and message me in DM or post here the conditions of my geese?
So the conditions of your geese are you need to spend your actions eliminating the dark threat until the dark threat is eliminated. So
Alexander did say it wouldn't take effect until the dark threat was named. Has that
yes, the
taken
dark
effect
threat
with
has
the
been
unsheathing
named.
of perfect?
Yes. As a matter of fact, you're gonna get like the accepting the geese gives you information into it, so you understand the basics of perfect.
Okay.
You understand that it makes you fight until you yield, and if you yield, bad things happen to you. But you can always surrender at any time. But at the same time, you don't need to kill her. You just need to make her yield, and she'll give it up. And the major difference you're dealing with right now is she wants to get rid of this. Like, unlike before, when you had to push her so fucking hard, like, you dropped her to single digits HP before she fucking said the magic words.
Yeah, we almost had to kill her.
Yep. It won't be that difficult this time.
Okay. Well, that's something I get to spend a week thinking about, or 2 weeks actually, because Pidge and I are going to be in Maine next Saturday,
True.
and Dave also won't be available. So, next week we're taking a break. I have the Dunkachino song stuck in my head.
Sorry, Dave, for
We have-
bringing Perfect back. I totally forgot you destroyed it. You suppressed its abilities. You made it so no one else could ever abuse it again.
I used a divine one of, I think, is that the only time I ever?
But say you gods melded with Kira once. I don't remember if you destroyed the sword.
Yeah, that was my God's Meld thing, was to destroy the blade. But it's a good storyline, so I won't complain.
I'm sorry, it's too good. I got stupid. I
What
will
if
say that you
Perfect
did.
2 was made.
But say
like-
it's either Perfect 2 or it's a copy of Perfect or something.
Yeah,
Uh,
there was a small piece of Perfect that escaped like a
A
fragment.
shard of perfect.
Right, there's a shard of perfect, and it regrew itself or whatever. Who
Like a
fucking
starfish.
knows? Yeah, like a fucking starfish. Black blades are weird, man. But I will say this is diminished in strength. It's not not an artifact anymore, but it's like the time stop, doesn't last forever.
Right, and you mentioned it was a black blade, so it has like a purpose too. So
Yeah. Its entire thing is being perfect, and that includes its wielder. If its wielder is ever revealed to be imperfect, it will reject the wielder
Yeah.
violently.
Selena was specifically raised in such a way that she didn't make a mistake until she wielded the blade, and then she never made a mistake again.
Until we forced her to yield.
does wielding the blade count? Like, does beginning to wield the blade count as a fucking mistake?
Not as perfect
No, you
sees
see-
it.
That paradox is discarded.
So Salandra was a black blade wielder, and so Perfect was sort of brother's evil twin. I
Right.
guess is the best way to describe it.
Brother
Yeah.
hated perfect.
Yep.
Brother had disrespect for a lot of inanimate objects, but I feel like his hatred for perfect was greater than any other.
Yeah.
This thing gives black blades a bad name.
Brother was neutral good, so
Right.
or chaotic good, whatever Salandra was. She's one of those.
He vacillates between. In the same way that she does. But,
Hello.
yes.
But he always had higher wisdom than she did.
Birthday.
It's true. So if you're able to defeat Selena and Perfect, she'll return to normal, and if you fail, she's taking that ship. And y'all gonna catch a curse.
Catch a curse.
But we will
I do
see-
love curses.
We will see what happens because she's not fully armed and equipped.
Right.
So
I
take
have a
her-
plan.
I can take her sheet from the previous game, and if I did do that, there's a lot of shit I'd have to erase and get rid of because she doesn't.
Right,
have
like
that.
you'd have to sort of pare it down a little bit.
a lot of
Yeah,
it.
she was wearing the chosen armor, which gave her massive bonuses to strength, dex.
Had some spell-like
Um,
abilities.
Yeah, and that was it was pretty. I remember her stats were insane because she had like it was like a belt of physical perfection plus 6 or something
That is
equivalent.
correct. She also had a whip called Punishment, which she doesn't have anymore. Which was a +5 corrosive burst scorpion whip of speed.
Oh yeah, I hated that shit.
She also had like some other. She had some other shit, and she's not gonna have any of that. So throw that all in the dumpster.
It's funny. I don't think that Salandra and Selena ever directly fought.
Nope.
No, they did other things instead.
Shh.
Remind me, does Perfect have a locked gauntlet?
No.
Cool.
And I mean, like, hey, disarming her will have an effect if you can manage to do so.
We'll see.
We will see.
I know that Pith and Cap
Yeah,
have
we
to
gotta go.
Yep.
Couple of
Pete's-
recommendations for folks if you haven't. If anyone who has Hulu, the Orville season 3 is out and it's really good.
Okay.
If you've watched any of the Orville before, it's been off the air for a long time, but it's been the season was very good. And Harley Quinn I already told you about, and I also just finished watching The Expanse. I think you guys watched The Expanse anyway, right?
I don't watch it, but I follow people who do, so I'm vaguely aware of it.
I respect.
I tend to absorb a lot of my television shows through osmosis.
It's very good, and it's if you like the really strong female characters,
course.
has some of the best the best
I wake
on
up
TV.
and drink a huge glass of Respect Women juice every day.
Yeah, Christian, the Secretary General of the UN, is fantastic. So anyway,
right.
that was
Take
not
care.
this general
I'll
stuff.
see you on Tuesday.
All right, take care. Bye.
Peace.
Have fun tonight.
Good luck, everybody. See you in a couple weeks, where big fighting happens, and we'll just see what happens. I don't give a shit.
This is like a freaking season finale episode, Ronald.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a
I'm
3-month wait.
super stoked.
I feel
What
like
was
you guys are gonna come out ahead just because there is 5 of you and only 1 of her. It's just a matter of how many curses are going to get bestowed before she is defeated.
what level were we when we encountered Selena for the first time?
20. No, it was before you broke 20.
Oh no, it was like maybe 14. I mean, it wasn't that high.
When you first encountered her up at the peak when she fucking kicked Holt's ass and he narrowly avoided being cursed by being immune to curses?
Not the peak, but at Armstrong. I think the first time we met Selena was Armstrong.
Oh, right, because
Yeah.
she was there and she was just like, give up, go away, I've got shit to do.
Because at one point in Armstrong, she got Clementine and Riva.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she broke Rivo pretty much. That was like after that, Rivo was never the same.
Yeah, she turned him into fucking Tubby Custard, and severed the connection between Clementine and Toby.
Yep. That is
So
correct.
it must have been. I'm guessing it was level 12 or 13 maybe, because I think we were level 14 when we got to the peak.
Right.
So it would have been a little bit before that. So definitely higher level than we are now, but not the demigods we got to be.
Right.
Yeah, because pretty much we were hitting demigod territory there towards the end.
Yes.
So, okay. Well, this will be interesting. We'll see how it goes.
So I feel confident that if Perfect suffers another defeat, it will be destroyed. Yep. Dave.
God bless you.
Dave, you spent a miraculous power to make it so Perfect can be destroyed.
Okay.
It's like the Tarask. You have to drop it to negative 80 hit points and then wish it was dead. If you don't drop it to negative 80 hit points, it just doesn't do anything.
It's sort of like, Dracula, you kind of keeps on coming back, but sometimes he comes back weaker or broken.
Exactly.
So now Perfect has a flaw.
Oh! Upsetty spaghetti. Alright. I am gonna crack off. Good night, everyone.
Okay.
I'm glad I picked up Iron Will this level. Because I had a feeling they're going to be will